Hello, and welcome to D4, where I, Dustin.
And I, Devin, because I'm back.
He's back!
Co-DM a 5th edition game of Dungeons
And Dragons, baby!
Yeah!
Woo! How we all doing? Everybody good? Hanging in there. We're excited, because Paladin's back again, continuing to join us at the table remotely as he continues with Broomschlager. Fighter, mystery man, telepath, friend?
Lover?
Who knows? Only time will tell. And he's launched his sequel to Polyhedral, a TTRPG interview book with Polyhedral B-sides and late nights. Back it now, link currently in chat. It is still they.
Changing that. All right, it's spooky season, and things are looking grim. That is, it's like Oktoberfest, but instead of lots of beer and lederhosen, it's 20% off all apparel and jewelry. Sadly, no lederhosen apparel or beer jewelry is available at Beetle and Grimm's, but there is spooky stuff. Jewelry, like the holy symbol of Ravenkind from Curse of Strahd, the amulet of Takesis, the shark medallion, and the spiraling madness medallion of Therizadune. Instead of traditional Germanic clothing, they have a blood-red hoodie of Phyrexia, an undead cat shirt, a scary wolf's head shirt, and a Nine Hells infantry shirt. But that is not all. There is a wide assortment of things, both spooky and not. Some to enhance the immersion of your campaign games, and some to just look badass in all of your nerddom. So get your apparel and jewelry for 20% off during the Grimtober event over at beetleandgrims.com.
Indeed.
Thrice the keening choker wails. Thrice and once the gazer whines. Elder evils cry, 'tis time! 'Tis time! Round about the cauldron go. In the eldritch entrails throw. Grew that under cold stone days and nights hath 31. Neilflin's breath sleeping got, boil thou first in the charmed pot. Double toil and trouble, die hard has the DM's double. Fillet of a correspond worm in the cauldron shake and squirm. Eye of Nothic and toe of scum, cranium rat and tongue of Lorthon. Behold the stalk and dark wing sting. Darrow's lane, and Burbalang's wing, for a charm of powerful trouble, like mother's milk, boil and bubble. Double toil and trouble, die hard has the DM's double. Scale of Salad, tooth of Dolbrin, eye of Nothic, fins a brim of the corrupted giant shark, root of Terrazul digged in the dark. Liver of a nightmare haunt, gall of Purslon and Whistler's gaunt, slivered in the moon's eclipse, heart of Gith and star-spawn lips. Brain of an aboleth, a sovereign named, taken from his watery grave. Make the gruel thick and brave. Add here too a gargantua's pauldron for the ingredients of our cauldron. Double toil and trouble, die hard has the DM's double. Cool it with a hero's tears, captured within the sum of their fears. That's right, everyone. Welcome to spooky season. And Die Hard Dice has just launched their new round of dice for this month, and included in them is a dual DM Dire D20. It is the D4 DM dice. It is modeled after our wonderful Collector of Fears and Collector of Tears. You can head on over to the link. It has now gone live, and you can get your own. It's two halves of a metal D20 that come together with a magnet and make one whole D20. They hold really well. I strongly suggest you go check them out. They're really cool. Okay. Oh, and use decode BFGs, D4 BFGs, when you check it out. Okay.
How do you follow that? So yeah, over on wonderful D&D Beyond, there is a new article on how to build glitch characters for Planescape. In Planescape Adventures in the Multiverse, something's amiss with reality, and you're at the center of the mystery. So in the Turn of Fortune's Wheel, you have to create a third level character, and 2 variants of them are incarnations. And this article will walk you through what a glitch character is and how to build one for Planescape. So go on over and sign up on dndbeyond.com.
Ethan?
I cannot reach the mute button to get in there, but I am in here now. Here it is, Kevin, once again coming back at you. I know you've missed me, but here I am. Sure, Devin's back, but you wanted me. Kevin of Eldritch Foundry. Yes, more powerful than you could possibly imagine. And what is it that I am now cooking up in my Eldritch Foundry that I keep in my mother's basement that she has no idea I'm getting into because she only comes down to bring me strudel? Let me tell you what I have. Accessibility options. That's right. Because anyone and everyone is a badass if they want to be. Would you like a cool wheelchair? Or perhaps a wheelchair with treads? Or a wheelchair that reaches into the fantasy realm? All of which will soon be available. And right now, they're offering you the chance to name these cool items before they put them in the foundry themselves. It's so awesome. And when you get into these chairs, you can have your character have many different poses using their cool pose creator. Give yourself whatever look you like, whatever means you wish to have to be a badass. Because Eldritch Foundry loves that sort of shit. And if you want to get into Eldritch Foundry tonight, put in hashtag Eldritch for your chance to win a miniature tonight. Or put D4D&D in and get 15% off your own Eldritch Foundry miniature when you go to buy it online. I demand that you do this with my magical powers. I hope you can feel that. I'm doing it as hard as I possibly can. Elvin Kevin says go to Eldritch Foundry right now.
Do it. Do it. Go there. But as you can see, we are down our lovable Orkira Lauren Urban. Just for the first half, though, she should be coming in after break. But as such, there's a little code at the bottom that you should totally check out. It's trying to be on a diet, but it's a little zany. So it's a tea and keto zany. So, but don't deprive yourself of all that good yummy loot. So get in there and check it out. Idle Champions of Forgotten Realms! ! Code.
And without further ado, let us immerse ourselves
Into the Chronicles of D4.
Do it.
Hello and welcome back.
last time on Deific Deliberations and Dire Dreams, where Devin was not here.
Nope. I'm excited for him to read this recap.
Yeah, the BFGs caught up Orkira on what they learned from the changed druid of Sylvanas and started to discuss what steps to take next. Petunia and Brunschlager moved to finish deciphering the scarred landscape with the help of Seisha, who peers and investigates a bit too long at the scars and sees her flesh as extremely aged. In the first vision, they become a living vessel, the obelisk itself, Xifu. There they see a massive chamber with a pulsating, cracked, and fractured crystal.
In the second vision, they see through the eyes of many aboleths as they fight a half-elven man with dark hair and cerulean blue energy surrounding him, felling all of them. The vision shifts to see through another aboleth's eyes, only two as one is missing, on a massive and ancient form, its large tendrils dragging the body of the half-elf into the familiar large chamber with the cracked crystal. They watch as he is set into some strange biomechanical apparatus as the massive aboleth moves to another section of this chamber. The obelisk begins to go down, and they feel this ancient aboleth, the eldest, fuse and become one with the ship. And they now know that Xifu and the eldest have become one singular colossal entity. They then move down into the catacombs and decide that Petunia is going to cast Contact Other Plane and ask Mystra 5 questions.
They talk for some time to come up with the perfect questions, and then Petunia casts her spell. When it completes, they spot a side hallway that none remembered seeing before, with a flickering firelight and boisterous laughter and the music coming from it. As they cautiously approached, they found it opened up to their camp and found 4 individuals sitting around a fire, cooking a campsite feast. The first appeared to be a halfling. No, a half-elf. No, wait, a dragonborn. Or was it an Aasimar? No, definitely a dwarf. Or was it the same race as Brunschlager? Anywho, they appeared to be an androgynous individual, laughing and smiling. Next to her was a fairly audaciously dressed man, skillfully playing a lute. And across from him was a stoic, fully armored man, adorned in full plate from head to toe. And standing elegantly behind him was a dark-haired woman wearing an elegant midnight blue and gold-trimmed dress, wearing a pair of earrings that were shaped like an 8-pointed star. And surrounding that statue is a full murder of crows. The BF joins and asks questions of Tymora, Ogma, Helm, and Mystra, where they have many things filled in.
Ogma speaks to Seisha and tells her that he does not hate her or even resent her for who she is, and promises her that all of her dads will be looked after. Petunia and Harold play 3-Dragon Ante with Tymora, and Brunschlager speaks of duty with Helm. Mystra informs them that Venli is currently speaking with Sahani Moonbow and is safe. And as they finish feasting like heroes, they learn that the Raven Queen has a memory to show them. And as their vision is overtaken by a swarm of ravens, they fall asleep and find themselves seeing through the eyes of another, unable to act, only able to watch and learn. As they watch a group of adventurers, all corrupted by the third eye of Alpenser and the Elder Eye, are given a task by George Forsworn to acquire an item which resides in the core of Toril. The group is gated where they learn they have just entered into the lair of the Tarask. They fight the legendary monster that is said to be the devourer of the world and discover it was the guardian of a singular tablet. Through a harrowing fight, the ragtag group manages to secure this tablet and fell the legendary monstrosity as they teleport out of the Tarask's lair. And with that, the BFG's vision is consumed by a swarm of ravens where they awaken the next day, alone in their camp, fully rested. And you all currently have the following effects for the next 24 hours, most of which should already be added to your character sheet. Your maximum HP has increased by 20. You're immune to poison damage in the poison condition. You're immune to the frightened condition. You have advantage on all wisdom saving throws, as you are currently under the effects of Hero's Feast. You are also under the effects of freedom of movement, which means you are immune to paralyze and restrained conditions. Also cannot be impeded by difficult terrain, and you can use a bonus action to escape any and all non-magical restraints. Also, water has no hindrance on your movement or attacks. You are also all under the effects of Find the Path and know the shortest and most direct path to Xifu in the center, or in the Sea of Fallen Stars. And everyone has an inspiration point.
What that means is you have one free reroll.
Yep. And call it luck.
Why do I feel like we just found a big room full of weapons and items in Doom, and we're about
auto
to
saving?
Yeah, things are bad ahead.
The bass on the soundtrack went up a little bit.
What?
But as you come out of this vision and meeting with these gods, you're awakened from a long night's rest. And that is where we begin tonight's story. With everybody waking up,
Seisha wakes up and goes into the other room
well,
where everybody is.
I need you all to make Constitution saving throws, as you have slept here once again.
I'll roll for it, Kira.
Oh, I'm so excited
She's
about my
good.
portent right now.
Thank God.
24.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
23.
Okay.
What are you rolling?
Seisha?
I'll take it.
17.
A what?
17.
17. Okay. Harold?
4.
Excellent. And
You don't want to
Petunia.
luck that?
18.
No, I
18.
don't want to luck that. Did you hear what all they just gave us? No, I'll save the luck.
Okay.
Okay, Harold, roll a d4 and then a d6.
Chow?
I get that.
Oh, yeah. Did I pass?
Yes, you did.
2 and 4.
6, 8.
Okay.
Oh, I like that.
Cool.
So Harold, as you're waking up and like you're stretching and like your arms and you're stretching and you start like scratching your head and just like yawning. What everyone else sees is Harold. You feel yourself like you're scratching. You're doing your beard and just doing that. But your arms are here, and what you don't notice is there's just another appendage that's just kind of
Scratching your beard. And what it is this tendril that grows from like the middle back but offset side, and it comes out from underneath your coat as this inky tendril is scratching your chin.
Oh, good morning. Ah!
I swear it doesn't normally do this. Guys.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Tentacles
Yeah,
once.
look at it. Look at it.
I'm not, I don't.
Look at it. Look at it.
Yeah, I remember I had tentacles and it wasn't a good thing. How you feeling about your tentacle? 'Cause-
I'm not thrilled about it.
Okay, you didn't do this on purpose.
I shrug with all 3 of my arms. No.
Did Manchun have something to do with this?
I'm going to go ahead and guess no.
We're sleeping in a creepy place. Of course it's because of that.
Yeah, but I just want an excuse to blame Manchun.
Stop blaming Manchun for my tentacle. What?
You want me to
is
cut it
go-
off?
What?
Do you want me to cut it off?
I touch it to see if I feel it.
Oh yeah.
Nope. I do not want that. I do not want that. I want. I guess I need to have Kira take a look at this whenever she's not indisposed.
So you basically have what accounts to a mage hand that's attached to you, but only has a range of 5 feet.
Great.
You can give tentacle tickles.
I don't like anything
Seisha,
about that.
I don't like anything about that.
I'm just trying to make the best of the situation.
This is a bad situation. This is not a good situation. Look at this.
I don't want to.
I can juggle now. It was harder with 2 hands, but now it'd be much easier.
That's not a bad thing.
Juggling?
Yeah.
I could juggle before. I'm just trying to make a point. We gotta get rid of this arm. I don't want it. It keeps touching my face. It keeps touching my face. I'm not trying to make it touch my face. It's like trying to get a feel for what it's up against here.
My offer stands.
Stop hitting yourself?
No, it's not. It's not like it's hitting me. It's like it's.
Seisha pulls out the Gathalan, dagger currently,
and it reforms into like a butcher's knife.
Why? I've already said no.
She puts it away. Okay, so what do we do about this then? Just wait till
I guess we
Kira's
just-
available?
I guess we just wait. Oh, it's inky.
Waking up a little bit late, Brunch looks over and goes, "Why have you done this to yourself?"
Is
He
that
wants to juggle.
I can already juggle?
Did he not already know how to? He already knows how to juggle, so why have you done
Said it was
this?
really hard, but now he can do it better.
It's not me trying to do this.
Why are you feeling your face?
I'm not feeling my face. It's feeling my face. It's like the only thing I can't control about it.
But it's yours, is it not?
It is now. I didn't ask for it.
So you have like
So
a
why?
Why do I keep ending up with extra limbs? Limbs that are not mine. It's like a constant with me. If I look away for like 10 seconds, eventually I end up with another limb that isn't mine. Well,
Does fate think you need a hand?
that's not funny. Okay, well,
I am hilarious.
Hey, we saw
go.
gods last night, right?
Yep.
That wasn't a dream.
Nope.
And,
Oh my gosh, I won 3 Dragon Annie with Tamora.
and as you say this, the word dream hits, and you remember that dream that you all had, which wasn't a dream, but a memory and a vision from the Raven Queen itself. From her,
Oh my
the
god,
Raven
that was
Queen
a
herself.
goblin.
Oh.
I remember seeing a really weird wizard of Thay, a goblin, a tabaxi, a bird person, Aarakocra.
No, that wasn't an Aarakocra.
Was it not?
Or larger. That was something else.
Oh yeah, an owlin, I think, are what they're called.
Yeah.
And then,
It's really cute.
yeah, except for the whole, they were all trying to murder things, and they pretty sure they got away with the Tablet of Fate.
Yes, they did.
That's not
Wait,
pleasant.
do we know how old that memory is?
You, Karina, you would know that this is a recent memory, as in like within the past few days.
Yeah, judging by how the Raven Queen does these kinds of things, that's from just a few days ago.
There was also like a really big
Okay.
star-looking individual. Am I wrong about that?
No, there was a centaur. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Like arm wrestling with a Tarask? That's pretty cool.
Hoof wrestling?
I don't know what it was.
Oh, they have arms. Arm wrestling.
We focus. We need to get moving because if they have both tablets of fate, we need to get things ready to go and get into Zyfu because we are now racing against a clock.
Yeah, I'll say.
All right. So, did Rakira give me back the bag of bounty?
Yes.
Okay. I make breakfast.
All right. See if we get
Tie it
some
down or something?
Pop-Tart raw hamburger meat sandwiches.
All right. Let's see.
Oh,
Okay. So
Still
I
adding your modifier, I assume.
charisma check. Okay. And if you're proficient with cook utensils, I get to add that, so that's +5.
Oh, you're gonna actually add it?
Yeah, I'm doing it right this time. So that's a 21. It's a damn good dinner for breakfast. Think like lobster omelets, eggs Benedict, all sorts of like fancy non-diner food.
I love it.
Perfect coffee. And bacon that melts in your mouth.
Okay.
Hey, make sure you save some of those lobster omelets. Because I would like at least one.
I'm sorry, Harold, I don't have a vase to save them in.
What's happening to me, or
You know, do you want to tie that to your waist?
no? It's fine. It's fine. It's figuring out. the landscape.
Hopefully it doesn't decide to figure out your interior.
It won't. It won't.
Because if that thing, like, goes in your mouth in the middle of a fight, you're not going to be able to cast spells.
Why would it do that?
Why would it randomly come into existence on your chest?
Oh, well, we're sleeping in a weird place.
All right, so let's go over what we need to cover here. You guys remember where to go, right? Like, I have this picture in my head. You too, right?
Yeah, I got a
Okay,
general idea of where to go.
Good. Okay.
It's pointing in that direction. Actually, I'm pointing in that direction. I'm just seeing if I totally can, and I can. It's pretty cool. Okay.
So we need to try to find Right on Kane's remains while we're in there.
Right on Canes.
We also want to try to locate any information we can on cerulean magic because it is supposed to be there. We need to get the Mythalar sphere so that we have that, and it's not corrupted. Yay. We need to go find the Sea Reaver. I guess that should be our first order of business this morning.
That's the ship, right?
Yes.
It
It's
should be
supposed to
coming
dock.
in today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It should be there by now.
Which would mean that it would be that way?
Do you guys think it would be blasphemous for me to call him Uncle Ogma?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Whoa. I'm sorry. Whoa.
Can you play the accordion with it? All right,
Wait.
well, let's head to the dock then and see if we can find him and enjoy the fact that no one was attacked last night.
Yeah, no one was attacked. Nothing weird happened at all.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
Wait a minute. Oh no, it was Greater Restoration. Never mind.
So is everybody exiting back out into the world from the catacombs?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, 1 second. I would like to use Pancheska's amulet for, I guess it's false aura. Let me make sure. No, mask. I would like to use mask, and I would like to appear as a aberrant creature. If it's only if you look at my soul. So basically, while we're in there, if they're looking for people, they won't see me.
Okay.
Well, it's not like.
And they can't scry on me either. So
All right. So you're using the Nistel's magic aura aspect
Yes.
of it to ping as an aberrant creature.
yes.
Yep.
Oh, and before we go above ground, I'm going to cast telepathic bond on everyone.
Okay.
I allow this to go through.
Or Kira is with you, and if Orkira wishes to cast any like protection stuff or anything, we'll retcon that when Lauren gets here.
Cool.
But
Thank you.
can say that it's
Yay! Oh, I should...
And
then,
find familiar, because I'm curious as to what happens to Dr. Jones when we go above ground.
Oh, yeah.
Because we haven't addressed that yet.
Oh, I need 10 minutes.
Okay. I mean, you can have all the time you want before
Okay,
you
I am going
emerge.
to, this morning, I am going to resummon Misty.
Oh. Yeah, that won't draw any attention.
I just want her back.
I understand.
Okay.
You've got to,
Is it
yeah.
noticeable or?
Yeah.
But yeah, you spend the time. You're able to cast Summon Steed and return Misty back to her form after she was so brutally murdered.
I shouldn't laugh at that. It's just the way you said it. Just casual, like.
Yeah,
So brutally murdered.
And yeah, I mean, you can call forth Dr. Jones, and you have your little mousy friend.
And
My friend.
because you all casted this away from the esoteric scars of the surface world, there is no far realm wild surge need for rolls, so everything goes off fine.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you don't want to have fun.
Yeah, it's fine.
Devin knows me all too well.
And you exit out into the world greeted by the warm sunlight, even though it is still a little chillier. However, this area of the world seems to be pretty warm and temperate for this time of year, in the type of coastal mid, like, landlocked inner sea that this is. The skies seem to be slightly overcast. There's a slight chill to the breeze. And you see the people also coming out of their hideaway catacombs. It's hard to tell if there was any lost to a fight or ambush the night before, as you are unaware of your actions and what consequences they might have for fighting off the sacrifice that Brunschlager was supposed to be. If you so wish, you see some of familiar faces to interact with, including, I believe her name is Lady Coralheart?
Yes.
Yes. As everybody is kind of going about their normal days. In this instance, you do not see a ship pulled up to the docks. But that doesn't mean it is not here, as Timora herself said, as luck would have it. Someone might be arriving today. What are you all doing?
Well, it looks like we have some free time to do whatever we want. Any takers on what that should be?
I'll look at my notes real quick.
I mean, I can't imagine there's many shops around.
There's a great puppet show.
Oh, I disagree.
Just saying, it's out there.
I was tired just watching it.
I was insulted constantly since I met that individual, and I loved it. Oh,
I'm still tired from that.
Of course you loved it.
well, I mean, I'm used to getting insulted everywhere I go.
That's actually a good question. Am I still tired from this show?
No. The long
Okay.
rest remedied you of your
Excellent.
your strength, sapidness.
Great.
Those of you with at least decent insights will notice that Orkira is kind of staring off into the distance of the horizon where the ocean is.
And it just is. Oh, ship on the horizon. I think that's it.
Oh, yay! Let's
Well-
go to the docks then.
We can go to the docks. We can like get a care package together and like really kind of nestle into being. I mean, it's not like our first time being in a piratey crew.
And you see that you're being approached by Lady Coralheart.
Good morning, Lady Coralheart.
Good morning to you as well. And she'll look over to Harold and kind of sigh. Go.
Yeah.
I see the region's effects have started to affect you all as well.
Oh, it's pretty minor. So
It starts as minor, but Do you know where you're going? Do you know what your next, or how long you are staying here?
We're
Yeah.
planning to speak to the Sea Reaper's captain. He's heading this way, actually. And we're going to see about.
See her eyes squint real hard towards the horizon. I see no ship.
Wait, over to the.
I still see nothing. What are you talking about?
We have really good eyes.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
she has really good eyes, honestly.
Well, if he's on the horizon, possibly an hour's time. So
Depending on, I feel like they're gonna have a really favorable wind, so maybe an hour, maybe a little less.
if there's anything that we can do for you, just let me know.
Thank you. How is everyone doing this morning?
We have done, from what I can tell, our count seems to be the same. There are some that get up and move before the morning. They are unaccounted for until midday. Do you need help? Are you, is there...
Fine, I'm good. Totally, just getting used to just finding the lay of the land so far. Seems okay.
I understand the non-stop whispers were something that took time to get used to. As she tries to stifle a laugh. I do not forgive my...
Oh, no, it's hilarious. I would be more offended if you weren't laughing.
Hopefully it does not harm you, and hopefully you gain more control over it, though I cannot...
Light papping is what I would describe. It kind of paps, and then that seems to be it. So, all in all, not so bad.
But as I was saying, as of right now, there does not seem to be anyone missing, but it's only been a day since... And, this is the second night.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sure word will reach the Slime Lord soon, if not already. And they will be enacting their ire soon.
Well, we have to hope that everything we do here will give us the chance to get some relief for this place. And I feel confident that with my friends here and with the knowledge we have a good opportunity to give some relief to you and your people. And we're going to do everything we can, just like we promised. First step is going to involve us getting on this ship, which they swear is coming. I don't personally see it. Oh, that's good. Oh, I just got
So
it.
we will head down to the dock probably, and I just kind of like shift in front of Harold, like I'm giving him a privacy screen. And we will talk to them, but if there's anything we can do in the meantime, we're happy to help.
We're pretty self-sufficient, so
it's at like you can see at this point the forager Thaddeus is like walking up kind of at the tail end of you asking, and I just want to say thank you. It looks like y'all about to head out, and I'm about to make my rounds this day, but already what you've done, it's helped, and especially in the food and water that Miss Orkira here has made, and things have been real helpful. So we appreciate y'all.
Well, we're hoping that this is just the first step, and that everything we do after this is just going to make things even better.
You'll be.
You don't happen to have any explosives here in town, do you?
No. We have no need for explosives.
Okay.
And I mean, maybe Anton does. Your captain, Anton Miravaldi, is who will be upon the ship. He's from a nearby island, but stories say he was exiled. Became a pirate captain, so keep that in mind. He does help us from time to time, but he is a pirate.
Oh yeah, no, I I get pirates.
She does.
In a good way, not in a bad way.
Well, I mean,
Do you know what island he's from? I didn't catch if you said a name.
I just know that he's from a nearby one. I think it is Sapra, but I cannot confirm that.
Thank you.
But as you're saying, not all pirates are bad. Same can be said about adventurers. Some are only in it for fame, glory, and money. But you all seem to be true heroes. And for that we are thankful.
Just doing our best.
That's all we can try to do. But I have many things to attend to.
Yeah.
Thank you
Best
for
of luck to you if you
stopping
Okay.
by.
if you need anything, just let us know.
And you are free to make it to the port. And as you make your way towards that, you can everyone can see now a ship headed your way. And if there's anything that you would like to do within the next 30 minutes.
Yeah. And there's definitely it's a coastal town, but there's definitely that like coastal breeze is definitely if you're standing on the docks is definitely blowing like towards you. Yes. Yeah.
Sasha just takes a moment standing on the dock and closes her eyes and just kind of listens and lets the sea sort of wash over her in sound and the wind blow across her, and kind of puts herself back on the deck of the Chained Mermaid. All right, I'm ready.
Harold, when I wanted to hold your hand, I didn't mean that one.
I'm sorry.
Ew.
It's not. I don't get a choice in the matter. It just. I think, oh, hold hands, and then a hand goes.
Maybe it's actually best if you hold that hand, because then it can't, like,
Slap you.
Yeah.
It's been
not-
slapping me too.
Only lightly.
Love slaps?
It's not worth describing the
Okay.
types of slaps that are happening.
Yeah, okay. Some things don't need to be expanded on.
Karina, what are you doing?
Following everybody else, Karina's just like, well, we have officially been here too long. Harold has a tentacle. We got to get on that ship. That tentacle keeps slapping Harold. It stopped being funny about 5 minutes ago. And she's just like, I just feel bad for him now.
I mean,
Harold has had the worst
appendage look?
appendage luck.
It makes for great stories, though.
I mean, if it's not a tentacle, it's a giant baby arm for a leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if it's not that, it's the limb somebody sends me in the mail that doesn't fit the leg that I'm missing.
That's true.
Oh. But unless there's anything you all want to converse about or do before the ship arrives.
Well, while we're standing there, so I talked to Agma last night. And I think
Didn't we all?
Huh?
Didn't we all?
Yeah, but I had like a talk that I needed to have with him,
Yeah.
and I feel a lot better.
That's good. I knew Agma wasn't going to be upset with you. Agma doesn't strike me as the type of god to get angry easily. It's like people being shitty to Agma. I imagine, which you weren't. I'm just saying that if somebody was shitty to Agma, I imagine he'd just take away a good story from that. But you weren't shitty. You were always very into Agma, even when you found out the truth. So I'm not surprised at all. Frankly, I feel like you should have gotten a cool necklace.
Well, I think I got something better. I am going to follow both.
Seems right to me.
Why not?
I'm like 5% Mistra and 95% Tamora, so I get it.
And I think I'm gonna call him Uncle Agma. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that.
That's cute.
I know, right? And like, he and Mom have like this rivalry, but I kind of got the feeling it's more of like a sibling rivalry than like a rivalry
okay.
or something
So
like
Uncle
that.
Agma makes sense.
Yeah.
Karina, if you were covered in enough crows and ravens, can you fly?
I think that would come down mathematically to how much can a single crow pick up and what kind of crow it is, because and it would just depend on their airspeed, velocity, and can they.
It could grip you by the pack.
Is it a
Yeah.
northern or southern
Could
raven?
turn into a crow and fly.
Yeah, I could just turn into a crow, but if I have enough of them and the math balances out, yeah, they could probably pick me up.
Do
That's
I know
pretty
how
cool.
much a crow can carry? I grew up on a farm.
What would that have to do? How would you know how much a crow can carry?
No,
I mean,
you don't.
Because
No,
when
you don't.
grow
You don't.
on a
How
farm,
bored?
Nope.
How bored do you have to be on a
Animals.
farm?
Look, I'm just trying, okay?
Okay. And I gotta ask, Brinschlager, and you don't have to answer. Helm, is that like your thing or?
Gross question. No.
Okay, well, appreciate the answer, I guess.
Oh.
Karina is diligently doing math right now. You've given her a hyper focus.
Bless.
And yes.
Also,
I will figure this out.
how dare you call me out like that?
You gotta admit, Brinschlager.
It would take 640 crows to pick me up.
just even it out at 666. Make it easy for everyone.
Yeah. Honestly, and then that way they're not stressed.
Exactly.
Your
A good-
average crow can pick up 5 ounces.
A good round number.
So wait.
No, if yeah. Sorry.
But no, ravens can pick up 1.5 pounds, so it would only roughly take. She starts doing math again.
Amazing.
It would take 134 crows or ravens to pick me up.
That's probably more doable.
Yeah, that's a lot more doable.
Karina,
Hmm.
can I talk to you for 1 second?
Yeah, sure. She like closes her math.
Seisha kind of steps off a few feet with her and reaches into a pouch and pulls out a small box and holds it out to Karina. You asked me to pick up something, and I got it for you.
Oh. Thank you. Gonna open the box, and what does she see?
It's the locket.
Oh yeah.
I kind of took the liberty of picking a nice one.
Thank you. Truly. And she's
Open it.
okay. And she opens it.
And if I remember correctly, you hear the song of a soft wind blowing.
Very nice. And she just holds it close, and she feels suddenly very emotional, and she doesn't like being emotional in front of other people much. So she just kind of looks at you with a little mischievous grin and opens and closes it. She goes, and if I do this, we kiss. And she'll put it on and tuck it into her shirt.
Yeah, I hope you like it.
Thank you, I do. I love it.
Oh, and that flower that I told you to pick? Yeah,
Uh-huh.
don't smoke that. Don't smoke that.
You
Are you
can't
sure?
say.
Are you
No, 'cause
sure?
It's far round funky.
How many drugs have you done, Seisha?
did some mushrooms with Venli.
Okay. I'll
But no,
take it under. I'll take it under advisement.
It might do things like, and I turn and look at Harold, and then
Yeah.
turn back.
Yeah, sometimes that's the goal.
Okay, well, you got that then.
Thank you.
And
And
eventually,
then, she'll walk back over.
as time passes on, even for those that have pretty good vision, it is a while before you notice the ship, even as it gets closer and closer. As you notice that along the waters, it's the keel, the very bottom of the boat, is nearly pitch black. Then it fades into a light tan or brown, but it also has sky blue sails that blend in with the surrounding area. And you realize that seen against the coast, or as you've noticed as it approaches from the horizon, it is made to be nearly impossible to spot against other ships. But it is not long before it slows and makes anchor, probably somewhere between 300 and 500 feet away from the coast, before a couple of small sloops and rowing boats make its way to the docks.
And it's strange because as soon as it makes anchor, that like breeze that was blowing towards you just stops.
Thank you.
And I will wait. I'm going to assess them as they're coming to shore and try to figure out who the captain is.
You can easily tell who the captain is as he stands upon the bow, looking towards the ruins of Reth. And you see a dark-skinned man covered in like layers of cloth draped over him of purples, teals, reds, striped whites and blues, like covered in jewels and ornate weaponry, things that seem to be gathered from all across the inner sea, as they all share certain aspects to them, but can be distinctly different in their styles and cultural makeup. And you can see along his arms and skin are almost rune-like tattoos. His hair short and cropped, but in dreads that seem to flow as almost windblown and stuck in the air, held up by a bandana that wraps around his forehead.
I will wait patiently for them to come to the dock. And once they are within reasonable earshot, so I'm not like screaming, I'll call out Captain Mavaldi.
And you can see he's like laughing, jovial, and like with his like the few crew that are with him rowing this small boat towards the shore. And he as you call out to him, he almost like raises an eyebrow a bit, but the name is Merivoldi, but you were close enough.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I apparently couldn't read my notes.
You have notes on me. Should I be worried?
Thank you. Should you be what?
Worried?
Oh, that depends on what worries you.
Well, a strange wind that apparently decided that we're going to be visiting Reth today.
Almost like fate.
Kind of gives you this, like, almost like assessing look, and then kind of like his gaze drifts over to the lot of you.
Hey.
And who are you, if my fate is to meet you? I can say that I have never seen you in Reth before, though it seems that at least one of you has been here long enough to feel its effects.
Oh, it's not so bad.
My name is Seisha Valisbard. My name is Seisha Valisbard. I'm a crew member of the Chained Mermaid. I've heard great things about you, and I was hoping that perhaps as a professional courtesy, we could have a little chat about booking passage on your ship.
I recognize that name, Chained Mermaid, but if my memory recollects, it has not made its way to the inner sea.
It has not.
But I have heard
Still
tale
sails
of
the coast.
her and her captain.
They both still sail the coast. We're on a mission that has brought us inland. We're seeking out Zaifu.
You see his head kind of cock very curiously. A queer smile stretches across his lips, but also a little bit of worry as like, you must be mistaken.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like, you did not just say these very foolish words.
Captain, can I interest you and your crew to some refreshment on shore?
Well, and kind of like... It seems like we're dead in water at the moment, so I don't think we're going anywhere until we at least get somewhat of a breeze on a coastal town. I'm here, aren't I? He kind of looks up into the sky. But
We're happy to have you.
Do they come on shore? What are they?
Yeah, you see that he stepped onto the docks and the others have like stepped into the sea and are dragging the small boats they have closer up into inland so that they are more anchored onto the shore bed so that if there is a high tide, it does not wash away their ships. They will often also safety anchor them to the docks. You see that there is a couple of bags of small provisions, but nothing that is like ridiculous or grandiose. It's kind of
and he'll come on ashore, but before he addresses you, he'll actually, if you'll forgive me for a moment, excuse me, Lady Corhart, apologies on the small amount. Was still about a few 10 days for making a trip this way before the sea themselves decided to bring us to your shores. But I do have a few things here, so please feel free to take a look through and see if there's anything.
anything that you have brought in, Captain, is more than anything we could have asked for. It does seem the fates are somehow smiling upon this cursed town.
So I see it. If you'll excuse me, and he'll actually you see him kind of like walk away and kind of head off while the rest of his crew begins chatting, and you can definitely see some form of familiarity with the denizens of this city, town, what have you. And he actually walks over to the Tortle. And it's a bit of a ways away, but to properly like fully hear what he's saying, but you can see him, you can see her body language is very timid and like almost like head kind of going into shell, but he smiles and kind of pulls the net that she's using, which is just riddled with holes and tears and whatnot, and you just kind of see him shake his head and just like throws it to the side, and you kind of see he pulls out this package and then hands it to her. And Seisha, you can read the lips that basically says that it's like, I told you I would have something for you the next time I saw you, and I've been holding onto this for some time. And tries to refuse it, he won't let her. And she opens it, and it is a brand new net.
Oh.
But
So, and will eventually make his way back over to your group.
Are there any like tables anywhere, or like
Oh no,
surfaces?
you got some rubble and some rubble.
Can't remember what the map looked like.
There's
Yeah.
a little bit of
Some black sand, some
black
docks,
sand,
but not
rubble.
a bunch of ruins. That's
Yeah,
what you got.
yeah, if you remember this, it's basically like the ruins of like Rome or Greece. That is
Right. Okay. So basically, we're going to need to go back to town proper area to sit down and.
I don't know if there's a flat enough piece of rubble.
There's a flat enough piece of rubble that's good enough to
Well, I
share
want to
drinks.
set out like a spread.
Okay. Or you can wait to get on the ship. Up to yours, but you know that there isn't like a grand feast table or anything like that. Most of what people set up is even small and quaint in that.
Oh, I
You
mean
could-
like a buffet spread, not like a sit-down, fancy white tablecloth kind of meal. Just like someplace I can set out like bottles and finger foods and stuff.
That would be easy enough for like a
anti-scurvy brunch for everybody.
yeah, like you could do like a picnic style and lay it across the black sand and stuff like that, and that's easy enough.
Yeah.
Would you like to meet here, or would you prefer to go someplace else?
Go someplace else, as in, kind of looks around at the just ruined landscape. I think here is fine.
Okay. And she will start pulling things out of the bag of bounty. And basically, like I said, anti-scurvy, welcome to port. Here, have some beverages and fruit and stuff. So I can use it 3 times a day, and that is a 12? No, that was a 20. Okay, so that's a 25, 6, 7, 8, 28.
For
The bag of bounty. It's a fancy meal.
It's big fancy meal. It's
Yeah.
like the best because I crit on that one.
Better now.
He'll definitely. Well, you have my attention, Seisha Valispard and crew.
This is Karina. Not exactly crew. We're an adventuring group. This is Karina. This is Orkira. This is Petunia. This is Harold, and this is our friend Brunschlager. We are we're on a mission.
So you said.
Yes. There is an entity that is attempting to enter this world from the far realms. And we need something that is located in Zaifu. So we need to get there. If we're going to stop this, we have to go into the city, or well, yeah, I guess the Monument City ship. I guess that's the best way to put it.
And I'm assuming that fate has said that I'm the one who's taken you there.
As luck would have it, yes.
All right. Well,
These beings are getting concerningly far in what they're doing. We are on a very limited time frame, and if you are not willing or able to assist us in this, we need to start looking for an alternative. But we were led to believe that you are a seafaring fellow of good repute and cleverness. And so it seems like you would be the best option.
well, I'll be God's damn it. That's what he meant. Huh.
He?
Yeah, I had an acquaintance that called himself a bit of a fortune teller, if you will, soothsayer, whatnot.
and he indicated that something like this might be coming.
Yeah. He was a chosen of Lathander back when he was parading around as Aminter.
I have a question. Actually, there's another captain that spoke of you. And I turn around to the group. The king. What was his captain's name? Aha!
Lamaril.
Lamaril.
Something
Llama.
like that.
Can't say I know anybody
I think
by
that
that
was his elven
name.
name.
What was his captain
Captain
name?
Lascalier. That's it.
Lascalar.
Lascalar.
Oh, that slimy bastard.
Very
I'm
nice.
sure he had great things to say.
Apparently, that slimy bastard's the king of elves.
Yeah.
He just starts laughing.
He was under an enchantment.
Like, you're good. Like, oh, that's a good one. Like, just starts laughing. Doesn't even hear what you say, Sasha, because he's laughing, like, doubled
Yeah.
over. Like, oh, yeah, sure he is.
Did he give us anything? Do we have anything of his that... No.
He did not really speak of Anton. He definitely spoke of Rhydon.
Right, I'm going with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's
yeah,
fine.
Deception, I will.
Yeah,
No.
But I'm gonna let you know before you spend too long looking at your notes. I will
Yeah.
let you know that Anton was not mentioned, but Anton is well known enough that your play is
My
playing
name
off.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, all right. Looks like we're going into the still waters.
Excellent. What can
What was the rest of your name? Brunschlager and who's your dragonborn friend over there?
That's Orkira.
That's Kira.
Hi.
Oh, hi. I actually feel like I have a good Orkira voice.
You do actually. I was like, wait.
All right, well, is there anything we can do to help you or your crew while you're at port?
I believe they're finishing up loading off to the locals here, and then once they're done, I guess load up and we'll head out.
Excellent. Have you ever been to the Sword Coast?
No. And I'm happy to never make my way there.
Very different. I'm interested to see how sailing on the Sea of Fallen Stars compares.
Well, you won't see much.
Is it that close?
Yes.
Oh. How far out is it?
Maybe half a day, if that.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
Depends on winds.
I have a feeling that the wind will be in our favor.
Me too.
And as you say that, you actually feel a soft breeze begin to build and blow away out towards the sea.
I guess that's our cue.
Everybody
I have a
ready?
feeling.
Brunschlager, are you all right?
I am okay.
Okay.
Troubled, but okay.
All right. Well, let's hop on board when they're ready, and if you're good with it, I'd like to chat with you.
Sure.
You know how to swim, right?
I do.
Yes.
Don't need to.
That's kind of looking at Brunschlager with a little bit of a worried, like, "Ew, okay, you got it, buddy.
A lot of metal on you, boy.
That's a lot of metal."
For you.
But doesn't say anything. Just kind of gives you that, like, okay, whatever you say.
Yeah, who am I to argue with fate?
Yep.
So I guess this is what we're doing.
Yep.
I will say, of all of us, Karina here is the most experienced sailor. If
I
you
can
can I
also just
volunteer
be a
your-
fish.
if one of us can be of assistance once we're on the water, it's going to be Karina.
He'll just kind of, you say, I can just be a fish, and he'll be like, polymorph or druid.
Druid.
Just nods. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, I guess let's make our way, and if there's anything that we need, but I have a feeling that we're gonna have perfect weather if fate would have it, or as you say,
You're right.
luck.
Definitely luck.
Well, and
It's like our little lady luck.
what do you? I guess if there's any information that I can bestow upon you from the Sea of Fallen Stars, by all means, ask away as you embark in this quest.
We are attempting to head into the center of Xifu, essentially.
So you said.
Yes. We know where we're going. Do you have any advice as far as dealing with the creatures under the control of the Aboleth?
Well, how about we talk about that when we get on ship?
Sounds
But
like a
yes, I have information that can maybe help you. I don't know. It seems like luck is blowing all up your skirt, so it could be. I don't know what I'm talking about because it's one of those days.
And you'll see that he'll start to
something.
round up the men and women, races of many different types. You'll even see like many cultural differences, just like a bunch of people that have been accrued from all across the inner sea.
Yep, a couple Genasi, tieflings.
You'll even see some that over time probably have been scarred or experimented on by Thayan magics and things like that, knowing that the Thayan lands touch the inner sea somewhere. But
I'm sure the Thayans were very justified.
but as they all separate into the small ships, you all are separated amongst the three ships, and you notice that he quickly takes a small handful of coins and throws it into the water before he gets into the ship.
Guessing as to who that tribute is to, I will throw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gold in as well.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I know what's going on there.
I will say with your passive perception and your passive religions, you did not see anything that would denote a devotion to said Sea Queen. But
You don't have to be devoted to show tribute.
No, you don't.
Healthy respect and didn't want to.
She's called the bitch queen for a reason.
Yeah. So.
And yeah, we love her.
But you are all separated, I believe. 2 by 2 into the ships, into the small boats. Yeah. And make it upon the Sea Reaver. And as you get upon board, it is a fairly nice ship. It's nothing lavish like Lascalars or even as worldly traversed as the Chained Mermaid. But in itself has some treasures and tokens taken from the inner sea. But you also see, as you got closer to it, there's a lot of battle damage on this thing. and you hear whispers and murmurs. If you ask about it, of escaping dragon turtles, other fights with other pirates, and escaping dragons.
Yep.
And all sorts of sea creatures that dwell within the inner sea.
Yep. And you get the sense that dragons are fairly common in the inner sea.
Great.
But
Love that.
we shouldn't be going anywhere near any of their territories or layers. So
Zaifu doesn't
There's
have
something worse than that.
dragons, does
True.
gods if I know. I would hope not. But
it? Okay.
I can honestly say I have never been anywhere near that. In fact, I tend to stay away from it because, well, there is no movement.
Yeah.
It's like sailing through Jello.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Wow. It extends.
Which
that
is not
far.
the same as wrestling in Jello.
No, that's very different.
No comment on that.
The water thickens that far away from it?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Hence the look I gave you when you said you wanted to go.
I figured it was because of what's inside it.
Will we be able to walk on top of it?
I don't think it makes it that viscous.
When the last time we dealt with an aboleth, I was able to move through it.
You kind of see him like give you that look and like, last time, all right, shit, okay.
Oh, we got a badass in here.
All right, so
I think we can move through it, but we can't walk on it.
Oh,
Can't go over it. Can't go under it.
So we'll go through it.
it's we'll get you close enough.
There you go.
Get you close
Finn
enough.
and Devin.
oh, sorry.
Goblin Katie.
When I had the vision and I saw the thing plummeting into the water,
Mm-hmm.
that was Zaifu.
Yes.
Yes.
Did I see an entrance as far as like which way it's facing? Closer to the shore or closer to the sea?
When you were looking at it then, it was a night sky. That was when it first arrived on Toril, and at that point it may have even still been a beer Toril.
Okay. So
and,
chances are when it came up out of the water again, it changed position.
possibly you also saw or were described by those that saw the vision that plates, when the energy beam came and hit Reth, or at that time Brasune, plates from the obelisk like came off of it and rotated around. So it's hard to tell if there is a traditional doorway.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
But you also know that it crashed into the ocean and could be in pieces on the bottom of the sea floor. Like you're not even sure if it's still intact. Like you won't really know anything until you get your eyes on it.
Got it. Okay.
There was a vision that you saw where an entity was speaking to another and said that once they have everything, they would be able to repair said ship.
Yep.
So you're unsure if that, exactly that entails. Maybe it was the cerulean.
Yeah, I think that was
lightning-
actually Brunschlager's, when he was connected, like when he delved deeper into the druid's mind, had heard that conversation.
Yeah.
Which was the eldest speaking to someone else.
But yeah.
What were the two? Do over the telepathic bond. Does anyone remember there were two entities that walked out of a room? One was I want to say one was a Yonti.
We have
ring a
so
bell?
many visions at this point.
There were the dream we had last night. I want to say it was. There were two figures in a room.
I just remember the giant centaur. It was huge. It was punching a Tarask in the face and throwing javelins the size of a building.
That sounds made up.
I know it sounds
Saw
made
it.
up.
It was.
It was magnificent.
You didn't see it, Broomslogger?
No,
Yes, you did.
I was occupied with the things going down below.
Fair. I'm just saying that owl was super cute. Anyways, so we need to sit down with the captain and find out what he knows.
If you'll join me in my quarters, we can just finish discussions. And like as he'll start giving.
Yeah, dying for every time you heard that, Seisha.
All right.
Nothing.
He'll give commands and will give the ship over to the helmsman and his first mate, and will and almost it's like as you get on and anchor's pulled up, there's a little bit of like a banter of like, I'm sorry, Captain, you said we're going where? In what direction? And then the wind blows and starts pushing in that direction. And he's like, the gods say we're going that way.
And the light breeze becomes almost like a full gust as soon as the tarpaulin sails are put up, and they fill completely as you feel like the ship almost lurch forward.
Yep. And
Over the bond, lay that cat wampin.
My third arm catches Petunia as she goes to fall.
Yeah, that's my 23 deck save. That's what happens.
amazing.
Oh.
And Karina, as you're going into the captain's quarters, you just hear a ah! And you see, and there's a raven just chilling. Not Simone.
Is it Simone
Nope,
or
not Simone.
just a raven?
A raven. So it's just
Speak with animals. What is it, girl?
there is just you just get this. She is with you.
That's comforting. Thank you.
And that's it.
Karina's like ominous, creepy.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. Bye.
You see the
Good.
captain
Scratch-
kind of like
scratch his little head.
eye the bird,
Yeah.
kind of quizzically, and you instantly pick up like, that's not my bird, or like, kind of shrugs and just goes, all right, I guess I have a bird
This
now.
is not my beautiful raven.
So Simone will flutter up next to you and kind of land on your shoulder as you're going into the quarters.
Does Simone look jealous? I'm talking to another
Yeah.
raven.
Like, nuzzles real close.
Yeah, like we've got a thing going here.
But you walk in and you see, instead of like a bed, there's this whole like, for lack of a better word, like a harem nook, where it's just a floor of pillows. And you can see there's a couple of hammocks of very fine cloths kind of hanging around here. And you can see that there's storage areas that are kind of locked away. Yeah. And there's a couple of like very ornate, you want to say like lamp posts, like, but they have these
like
tubes.
vases.
Yeah, these vases. And there's these tubes coming off of them and a small smoke kind of billowing from the top. Yep.
Oh, and those, Karina. I'm sorry.
Look over, Karina's just trail rationing. Simone being jealous is just like, no, love me, I brought you this, eat it.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh, I was just saying those too. And I point to I'm guessing it's a hookah?
It is
Yes.
a hookah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What about
Okay.
it? Are you wanting to try it?
No. I was just saying those. I've tried them. You asked earlier.
Okay.
Okay.
Karina's like, this poor sweet summer child. I will give her an acid trip later.
Oh,
But
this is nice.
oh, it is not bad.
Coffee.
Anyhow,
I like it.
so you're headed into the sea and heading towards.
The worst.
One of.
In the context of what we're aiming to prevent, I would wager to say it's probably the worst.
Oh, I would say it's the best. This is our chance.
Okay, well, okay.
We can do this. We've got this.
But you asked about that which the creatures that
Yes.
surround it. First and foremost is the Kuatopa. They are native to the Inner Sea. From what we understand or understood is there was a tribe once the obelisk first appeared. That tribe then became theirs. Well, the biggest thing about Kuatoa is be careful about getting too close. I'm not sure if it's because they're just fucking weird or imbued by some unnatural divine power, but they can see anything that approaches them within a certain distance. It seems like around 30 feet or so, but could be more. I've seen people protected through magic of invisibility be pursued, and even heard tales of them chasing ghostly spirits on the ethereal plane.
Okay.
Okay,
Good to know.
good to know.
Do you happen to know if they're seeing into different planes, or is this just
No idea.
all right?
I'm fairly certain, though, that they're not seeing through. They can't see through illusions, I don't believe, but there's just something that about them that they fucking know you're there.
Got it. Okay.
And
That's good to know. Thank you.
there's no, it doesn't matter how fucking sneaky you are, you can't sneak up on them.
Okay. I am not the sneakiest, so.
But you're kind of looking at well-traveled individuals. Have you ever heard of the goddess Blip-Dul-Pulup?
Have
Isn't
I?
it-
Can I roll for that?
You
He
have
continues.
Not. Without even missing, I can already tell you have not.
Okay.
I know for a fact you have not, because Seisha has never been to that specific part of the Underdark.
Because he made it up.
But he continues, well, if you have or haven't, the Kuatoa typically worship her. And the stories say she only exists because Kuatoa worship her.
That's
It's-
right. Their belief gives her substance.
And Orkira's like, yep, they think hard enough and they exist. And he'll continue. It's hard to say which came first, the chicken or the egg. Some say she created Kuatoa, others say she was created by them, finding a broken statue of Umberlee, adorning her with the remains of sea creatures, and then worshiping it enough that it literally created a god. I don't know which I believe, because they're fucking weird enough and the sea is weird enough that, I mean, fucking anything's possible. So I would be wary of anything they worship.
Okay.
Will be.
No.
They worship things quickly,
Blip,
right?
dual,
They
pull up.
choose to worship things rather quickly.
Say what?
They choose to worship things kind of quick, though, right? Like they just kind of latch onto a god and boom, that's it. That's their god now.
From what I understand, but is basically whatever controls them or whatever they seem to see it as the most powerful entity, and their
Makes sense.
utter and complete devotion makes it true.
Their belief gives substance.
At least that's what some people believe.
Sounds legitimate to me.
Like I said, they're just fucking weird, and weird shit happens around them. C's fucking weird. Welcome to it.
Yeah. You can tell, you can pick up through insight that he doesn't know which one to believe, and it could just be the weirdness of the Sea of Fallen Stars. So
Welcome to the inner sea.
Yeah.
Great.
Next is, well, a sea spawn. Not sure where they come from or how they're made. Stories say they were created by the Spell Plague and came from Reth when it was known as Brasune. Others say they were cursed by one of the gods as a finger from the heavens changed them. Either way, they seem to attack Reth a lot. I believe the tale of the curse based on the hardships and mutations those people have faced. Umberlee can be a bitch if you don't pay tribute, and so it's possible that she cursed a couple people, but like I said, we've all seen what that town has been through. So that's typically where I'm leaning.
They're basically the foot soldiers, so to speak.
Yes. What I would refer to as cannon fodder.
Minions.
So we know on an out of play level though that
Those are people.
those are people that
Yes,
have been
100%.
turned.
Yeah, like you know that those are the people of Reth Brasune that were changed when the certain day laser beam hit.
Sea spawn green is people.
Yeah, I got you. Welcome to Earth.
But, and then lastly, as for the three-eyed pale squid fucks, I haven't seen many of them, but I've heard tales that they're created by the touch of the slime lords. I don't worship them, nor do I want to even see one. And may the gods have mercy on any who seek them out, as he looks at all of you.
Yeah. Mercy would be nice.
And that's not, and again, I'm not referring to the full-size ones, but the smaller humanoid-like ones.
Right. The three-eyed humanoids.
Yep. That's pretty much what you're gonna encounter, aside from, I mean, normal denizens of the inner sea, though
Is there a lot of wildlife near Zaifu?
I don't know, but my guess is gonna be no.
Right.
That the
I'm
thickness of
expecting
the
anything
waters,
that's there is
yeah.
going to be twisted and corrupted.
It's you're most likely not gonna find sharks or other sea denizens, not even like Marrow or Sahagwin or anything like that. You're gonna find, again, it's hard to say. I've never been in the waters, and I don't plan to ever go in the waters.
Does your ship ever get attacked by these creatures?
If we get close enough.
Okay.
It's happened. I won't
So it's
say
safe
no.
to assume that we'll probably have some company quickly upon arrival.
Under normal circumstances, yes. However, I would say that we are not currently under normal circumstances.
I would agree with that, Captain.
Thank you. How can we repay you? For
Give
this?
me all your gold.
Okay.
No.
I hand him 14 gold.
You hand him 14 gold.
He'll take it, but you can tell that he was just bullshitting you. But he'll 100% be like, all right, cool, thanks.
No, I give it to him.
Is that all you had left?
Yes. Well, no, wait. I've got 1 silver, 9 electrum, and 5 copper.
Hey,
Nice.
you said gold, and you gave away all your
I
gold.
I love it. He laughs, and he was like, "Call it. We're done. That sounds great. I'm probably just gonna throw it to fucking tribute to Umberly anyway."
Yeah, that's right.
You know, you're all right, Velospard. You're all right.
Thank you. If you ever happen to find yourselves on the Sword Coast, we have
God
more.
damn it if I do. If I do, then it's not good. And let's hope you don't have to hear from me.
Okay. Well, you could meet my sweetie if you come.
How about you bring her to this side of town?
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah. Yeah. Come visit the Forgotten Realms and don't worry too much about the Remembered Realms.
Fair. I've never. This is actually the furthest inland I've ever been.
Yeah, most people.
It's really neat. I like it. Except for, the tentacles and stuff. And I
Yeah,
look at
I'm not a
Harold.
fan of it. I prefer dealing with dragons, not gonna lie.
We've met a couple. They're
Yeah,
really
you
neat.
definitely see Orkira's shifting uneasy at the mention of dragons.
Yeah.
Anything else? Any other questions? Anything else?
Where would we be most out of your way?
Honestly, in here. We'll let you know when.
Sounds good to me. Oh.
They'll let us know when we're close.
Oh.
Thank you, Captain.
Thank you.
Did I have a choice?
I mean, you did.
You know what? In the
We
grand
wouldn't have forced
thing,
you.
this
But,
will work out for everybody.
yeah.
I've learned a long time ago to not turn my back on fate or luck.
That is a good call.
Mm-hmm.
As luck would have it, it's why I have this ship.
Oh, how sweet.
She's a good ship.
That she is.
She has character. I like her.
That she does. She's been through the hells and back. Not literally, but figuratively.
You all seem to stay pretty busy.
But I have some orders to belay, and with that, I leave you to your own discussions.
Thank you, Captain.
And as he goes up, I know where everything is in this office, and I'll know if it's missing. And he'll shut the door behind
What?
him. He doesn't even stop for a response. Just says
Insight. Does he know where everything is?
it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he
What an
does.
incredible exiting line. Said specifically because of Harold.
Speaking of,
I love that the bard got called out and not the thief or the rogue.
Harold, roll a D100.
Oh.
What do I do?
Getting too handsy.
A 3.
Ooh. Okay. Neat.
All of a sudden, you notice that the tendril that is attached to your back, hidden underneath your cloak most times, is not slapping you in the face or pestering Petunia. In fact, the next time you see it, wrapped in its inky tendril, is a quill. At first, you think it's Petunia's, as it shimmers with a little bit of gold, and then changes color again, and again, and again, as it shifts in the light. And you notice that it looks to be like the feather of a griffin, but imbued with some arcane magic.
Can I roll an Arcana check to know what this is, or?
Just your passive would instantly know this is just like a trinket that has been imbued to be kind of like lavish and just very, very fancy.
Nice.
Did you
Do
take something without realizing it?
Or just Harold?
You all see this, but because it's
Harold,
kind of
put it
like in front of him right now, almost like a cat and a toy.
Harold,
Whoa.
put it back.
But what back?
That's probably
my arm probably
his.
made this.
No, it's probably his.
Oh, what? I think I would have noticed this earlier if I had. Did I notice this earlier when I first walked in?
What's your passive perception and/or investigation?
17.
17. Yeah, you look back over at a desk and there's an empty quill pen.
Ooh. you little bastard. I start trying to wrestle it away from the arm, but the arm doesn't want to give it up, and I'm just, put it back, put it back. But I'm not putting it back, you're putting it back. And the arm sadly goes and puts it back in.
Never mind.
Harold,
Yeah.
does this listen to you?
I have mostly control over it. Mostly.
Does it understand verbal?
I don't know.
Great. Looking at the tendril, if you do not behave, I will find out what I can break apart from bones.
I want to remind you that I feel whatever happens to the arm.
You will be fine.
I don't think I would be. I'm not
It
certain
is-
you would be either if you did that.
It is just an arm.
It's my new weird arm, and not the first new weird arm I've had.
And clearly, you can grow a new one.
Clearly. You know, more power to you. If you're able to do it, fantastic. If you aren't, I'm sorry.
I think the worrying thing would be cutting it off with a spiked chain.
That would be worrying.
But a
I
good
don't wanna-
challenge.
I would rather you not. I'm going to go ahead and say don't do it. I am going to say I will defend myself. I don't want to. I think it's hilarious. Mostly. And,
Is it?
I mean, come on. It is a little funny.
It has slapped you how many times now?
I wasn't keeping track. I didn't want to do that.
Exactly.
You'll trip my own arm. Come on.
54.
Thank you. Thank you, Petunia.
You're welcome.
So my cheeks are a little raw.
Harold.
55.
Harold.
Yeah.
If someone else slapped you 55 times, how would you feel?
I wouldn't. I would be upset. Unfortunately, I'm the one slapping me.
Stop hitting yourself, baby.
I'm trying.
Do we have rope or glue?
I have manacles.
There's got to be some sort of benefit. I mean, did you see how quick I took that quill?
Yes, it is very good at getting all of us in trouble.
Well, we aren't in trouble yet, and I put it right back.
Harold,
Yet.
go through your pockets and make sure it didn't sneak anything else into
I
them.
don't think it did, and I have a shitload of pockets. But I'll
Harold.
check. I'm checking.
Thank you.
I don't assume it's stolen anything else.
You find a mundane piece of rubble that is the ruins from Reth.
It stole a rock. Is it going to jail now? Is it going to armed jail?
Why would
Is
it go
that-
to arm jail? It's a tentacle. It would go to tentacle jail. Wouldn't it?
I'm putting this
wait.
back in my pocket. I'm keeping the rock.
Is a tentacle?
This rock's going to save the world.
You know, the were rocks we were looking at that caused us to go into fugue
There
states,
is-
right?
Check for etching on that rock.
I'd rather not.
No, because if
I
there's
think that's a
etching
good
on it,
idea.
you probably shouldn't have it on you. Because if you cast something and that etching's on there,
Let me
What do you
look at
think?
the rock when I'm not on their ship.
okay.
I'm just saying. It's not like it's going to get tremendously worse than it is.
Why would you say that?
You say these things.
Why?
I've said them before, and I was right. And then I've said them before, and it's heralded something much worse. We should call that heralding.
Okay. I'm gonna take my wyvern or my bracer off and put it in my handy haversack in one of the like dimensional pockets of it, so that it doesn't get waterlogged and ruin the poison.
Okay, sounds good. Is there anything else that you all are doing? Otherwise, for whatever reason, if you needed to, you can take a short rest.
I do want to go sit next to Brunschlager.
Oh, that's right. You said you wanted to talk to Brunschlager. This is a perfect time to have that conversation.
Hey,
Hello.
you doing okay?
I was met with human gods. Not my god.
I heard you asking Helm about yours. It sounded like they might be involved down here in helping us. Did I understand that right?
And I couldn't spare a moment for any measure of reassurance, any moment of guidance.
Yeah.
It's
Got the kind of
fitting.
dicks like that.
It's fitting, but I hate them for it.
I just wanted to check on you with what's in front of us. I promised you my assistance, and you will have my assistance.
It is appreciated, Seisha.
Whether it's here or in the future.
When I see him, it is important that no one else interferes.
If you just say, nobody get involved, no one will.
Good.
It's a good group. There's a lot of support and camaraderie here. And it's available to you if you want it.
Sure, but I don't trust that hand of Harold's. That man makes things die with a point of the finger, and now he has 5 more that he can sort of control.
Yeah. I really don't like that we're going in here with that tentacle on him. But until Orkira has puzzled out whatever's running through her mind, we can't really have her get rid of it. It's a more powerful spell. It's going to require a degree of concentration that just reading her right now, I don't know she can muster.
Mm-hmm. And if the rune rocks that he has in his pockets because of that thing interfere with magic, it makes it all the more complicated. It makes it seem like less happenstance and more plan.
Yep. And we will deal with that once we're off the ship.
Grand.
Because right now, it may not be a good idea to be fiddling with that, with these innocent lives on board. Well, innocent to this. We have to look out for everybody. At least we have to try to. And she kind of glances in Karina's direction.
Karina just sees you looking and awkwardly is like,
Do you, what do you plan to do after this?
Go home. I intend to go home.
Where is home?
Not here.
Is it where I think it is?
Where do you think it is?
A land far, far away.
Sure.
A wild land, one might say.
No. It is not wild.
Well, I was just going to say, if you ever find yourself in our neck of the woods, you have an open invitation.
I appreciate it, but I have farmlands to attend to.
Oh, I miss being on a farm. Wait. The song.
What?
Are you the farmer? The song you sung that Ogma joined in on and the gods appeared. Are you the farmer?
I used to grow wheat. I intend to grow wheat again.
Well, if you need some place to winter, you should come to Waterdeep.
That is other thing. You people have a thing called winter, and I hate it.
It's the worst, right?
We don't have winter in my home. There's just rain.
Like, the armor gets so cold. So cold. I can't imagine how you survive head to toe like that.
I haven't taken off this armor in so long. You don't understand. It is always here.
When, before we part ways,
Sure.
it's not too much to ask. I would like to see your face.
I am allowed to take off the armor once I kill him.
All right. It just, all right. I just wanted to make sure you were okay and see how you were doing, because I knew when you mentioned your god's name, it wasn't a name I recognized, but judging by their reaction, I picked up on what it was, and I've done the following an empty call. So it kind of hit a button.
What is your god of?
Well, now I have two.
What are they of?
Knowledge, truth, and the other is illusions and deceit. And myth.
And how does that manifest for you? What do they give you for that?
Strength. Feeling like I have something bigger than me that guides me. Feeling like I belong somewhere.
And this is what truth gives you. This is what illusions give you.
Yeah. It helps me understand my place in the world. I don't...
Bargriviak is Hobgoblin god of cooperation and unity.
Interesting.
And for years I have gotten silence. No prayer answered. No call heeded. Unity and cooperation. I finally talked to a god about where Bargriviak is. Why Bargriviak is not here. And I am told that Bargriviak is just further down the road.
Yeah.
Great unity, great cooperation. I'm so happy.
Well, it's really shitty. I can't deny that. It's really shitty, and I'm sorry.
It truly is.
But we're here.
I
And you are
know.
united with us, and we are a cooperative conglomerate, if you will. So maybe your prayer wasn't answered directly, but it was answered.
No. Because here's the line. I know you are here. I don't have to believe you are here.
Okay. I see that. Okay. But is it possible that us being here was a manipulation?
No. Because a god told me that Bargriviak is further down the road. Meaning he hasn't been with me the entire time.
Okay, I took that differently.
I know he is farther down. I know he is not here.
Mm-hmm. Is okay with him? Is he a god that is a direct answer, or is he a god that works in weird and kooky and underground and backhanded ways?
No, Bagrivik is straightforward.
Oh, you were lucky.
Oh,
Well, I guess, yeah, maybe not.
maybe not. No. Some gods in Goblinoid pantheon are more devious, more cunning, but most are brutal. Most are straightforward. Most are animals, if we're going to be brutally honest.
Mm-hmm.
But Bagrivik, he urges us to work together for something better.
I kind of like that. No, actually, I really like that.
I don't think you would. Bargriviak urges for us to work with only other hobgoblins and bugbears and goblins.
Ah, okay. Well, in that case, I suppose teaming up with us is actually inadvertently a great middle finger to not being supported the way
Yes.
we would hope.
And further proof that it is none of this is his doing.
Well,
I don't have faith, I have evidence. He is not here.
that was what I was about to ask. Do you believe in faith?
I believe I had fellows back home who had faith. I know he is real. I also know he is not here.
What would it do for you if he was?
Make me angrier, if we're honest.
Well, then maybe it's a good thing.
I would have been less angry if he was here years ago.
Yeah. Well. Just say my name.
Sure.
And she'll kind of reach out and squeeze the gauntlet and shake it a little bit, and then just kind of lean back and get cozy. So, Harold, what
That's
are
me.
what are that thing? What are we gonna do if it can be controlled once we get into Zyfu?
Why is it everybody assumes anything attached to me it can be controlled by something else?
Well, I don't think it's
Because
necessarily.
that is a
I don't think it's
manifestation of being
mine.
in that town, and being in that town causes people to have these manifestations, and they eventually can't control themselves. But
Well,
what I'm
that and we've
thinking,
come across things where we haven't even had extra appendages and things have taken control over Harold.
yeah, I'm worried about Harold being attacked by his own body.
Well, untaken. I mean, sure, we can run tests or whatever we want to do with it. I'm not worried about it as long as we don't cause me pain. It's fine to get rid of it. It's not like I'm like wanting to keep it. It's just kind of there.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like wanting it permanent.
No, I'm really just trying to keep an optimistic outlook considering the scope of everything else.
That's a good plan. That's a good plan. Okay.
I mean, realistically speaking, it's not like I want to keep this. It's kind of disconcerting, and it's not going to look good if I go back to Waterdeep. People want me to lead them, and I'm doing this.
Yeah, I feel like people may not trust the tentacle.
I don't trust the tentacle.
I don't trust Tentacle either.
I don't
So
either.
look, the first thing Slugger and I both agreed on.
We've agreed on more than just this.
Yeah,
I know, that's the
that
joke.
was a great song.
It was a great song. It's like one of my favorites. It's been stuck in my head since you sang it. Am I allowed to perform that song in Waterdeep?
And as this silence holds for a while, you hear a retort, but a retort is not from a person, but instead a horn. One that is not one of war, but one of a call to action, as if to get everyone's attention on the ship.
And there is a sudden stopping motion.
Duh.
Let me just make that deck save. I fall flat on my face.
Slam as you you fall onto a pillow, but it slides all the way across the room as you tumble up against the wall, and then the door opens and the dark-skinned man looks down upon you and chuckles a little.
We are here.
Noticed.
And that's where we're going to take a break.
Oh shit! Great spot.
Thank you all so much for joining us for the first half of making our way towards the towards Zaifu. So when we come back, we will hopefully going into dark depths. But
We'll see what happens.
we'll see what happens.
See you soon.
See you
Hey,
We're gonna be
soon.
tied through.
While we're
Hello and welcome back.
The BFGs woke up in wrath with a herald acquiring a new appendage. Very helpful, making sure that his face is warm.
That's a good one.
As a ship arrived at the port, as they met Captain Anton Marivaldi.
And we have a Lauren.
Oh, hi.
life is complete.
I'm sure I didn't miss anything. I'm sure everything's been just fine.
Yeah, of
what
course.
was that about a tentacle?
No, don't
Don't
worry about it.
And as luck would have it, wind carried the ship into port ahead of schedule. And then as they started to head out after having a short conversation with the captain about what fates may have in store for them, the wind changed and blew towards the direction they needed to head. And the captain, being one that does not question the gods, nor the fates they bring, cast a couple of coins into the ocean as they then headed forth with favorable winds towards the still waters of the sea.
And
I did
after
throw in a coin for each of us as well.
Yes.
and after some deliberation or some talks, especially between Seisha and Brunschlager about religion and gods, and we'll everything just kind of stops.
The ship slows.
And Petunia went.
I think this is the moment that Orkira blinks and goes, "Oh, hey, how'd we get on the ship?
We kind of dragged you.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I had a
Quiet. You okay?
yeah, I think so. I made a small mistake. Everybody was talking to gods, and I thought, hey, I'm in a different realm of existence. Maybe here I can contact, and then no, that didn't work. And now I'm here. Did everybody have that weird dream about being someone else and getting a
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That's okay. Were all of you like a really talkative tabaxi?
I was a goblin of indeterminate gender.
Okay,
I was a Thayan wizard.
Harold,
was-
why?
Normal little owl.
Harold, why do you have a tentacle coming out of your back?
That's a great question.
Yeah, that's a bad answer. Come here. And Orkira will come on over to where Harold is and start to examine tentacle coming out of your back.
It does seem to be coming out of his back. It does not break through the mithril chain that he has, but it is underneath his coat, and it seems to like bulge out, and on the back side the chain is lifted a little bit where the tendril is sprouting from him, and has ripped the shirt though that he wears underneath. and it seems to have a mind of its own, but doesn't because Harold seems to kind of have control over it. As you inspect it, though, you do notice that Harold does feel everything that you're doing to it.
Yeah, Orkira will like, wait, hold, and grab it.
Ow! Ow!
Firm enough to hold it, but not like claws digging in. You go, did you cast a spell when we were in the no spell zone? Because the no spell zone means this happens.
No, this is a waking nightmare sort of deal. Ow!
Oh, okay. Yeah. let me try something. Hold this, and I'll hand you your own tentacle, and then reach into my bag and pull out the little bag of diamond dust.
I don't have to hold it. It'll hold me.
Yeah, okay, all right. I mean, let me ask. Do you want to get rid of it?
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
Okay, cool. And she's going to throw the diamond dust basically at the tentacle, which if it's slapped against your face, basically you just get covered in diamond dust from the waist up. And then she'll grab the tentacle again as all the diamond dust lands and go, no one should be forced to have an appendage that they didn't ask for. And I'm going to cast Greater Restoration and see if that works.
And as you grab it and say this, there's a little bit of like a tussle before it begins to just wither and decay and then eventually just crumble into...
The last thing it does, it looks like it's reaching out towards you and just boops you right on the end of the nose and then dusts away.
Why did it boot my snoot?
I guess because it was still my arm.
Oh, okay.
Do you feel weird?
I think
me?
it's just depressing.
Harold, there is this is very short-lived because you only had it for a couple of hours, but there is a little sense of phantom limb.
All right.
Phantom tentacle.
I'm going to examine the area where it was, where it had grown from. Do I notice anything that shouldn't be there?
No, it doesn't even look like there's a scar. It's just...
Perfect.
Yep.
All right, well, I'm glad that worked. And I'll cast Mending on your shirt as I kind of tuck everything back in and go, sorry that took so long. I was busy trying to do something.
It was fine. The worst thing about it is my cheeks are a little red. That's about it.
It was funny, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh.
We had fun with it.
Okay, then I won't try to heal your cheeks, but that's all fixed.
And once again, after making the announcement and then going back outside, returns. And
We have arrived. Did you
Right, yeah.
not hear the bell? Anyways, we're here.
We were dealing with the tentacle.
I don't think we've met.
That's not the tentacle.
We're Kira, right? You were introduced. Quiet though.
Oh, yeah, my mind was elsewhere for a little bit. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to be rude.
No rudeness taken. It's been a day. All right, we're here. Where you need to go. Please get off my ship.
Oh my god, Dustin!
That was amazing. That's very fair. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm sorry, dude. I didn't even think.
You two.
one
My
day.
God.
Oh.
Okay.
I love you, Dustin.
I love you too.
That was magical. All right. Harold will stand up and kind of like shake off the fact that he doesn't have an arm. He will flinch as though he's expecting a slap, and then kind of, all right, yeah, that's gone. That's nice. Thank you.
For Lauren, which completely forgot to fill you in on break when you came here, but you are currently under the effects of a Hero's Feast. You have a maximum HP increase of 20. All of that has already been added to your character sheet. The only thing that is not there is you have advantage on wisdom saves. That just keep in mind. You're also under the effects of freedom of movement and find the path, and you have an inspiration point. So
I've never been inspired before.
Yep. So
What am I supposed to do with this inspiration? I'm so inspired.
uh,
And This
Call
is
it
after
luck.
I couldn't contact my god because they're dead because I made a mistake. But like, I'm so inspired.
Call it luck. You
Yep.
have one free reroll.
Yep.
Honestly, I don't think Orkira's ever had inspiration before.
Aw.
Thank you.
But as you are brought out on deck and everyone has gathered, and it almost seems kind of like a wake. Not in the sense that they think you're going to die, but kind of like this is probably the last time we're going to see you.
Yeah, you can definitely see, like, there's a couple, like, bets being made, like... Do we think they're gonna make it? No, definitely not. All right, I'll wage you 10 gold on that. All right, you got it.
And
Who dies first?
Yeah.
and instead of
Oh, the purple fuck.
a couple of bets are betting against those with the heavy armor, like, oh, they're gonna sink and drown. And you look out over a sea of waters. And any last things that you want to do before you're not brought to a plank, but there is one of those small dinghies that looks like it'll barely fit all of you.
Is there a reason we're getting in the dinghy?
Because we have to row out to the still water.
Yeah, right now you guys are on the edge of the still water. The still water expands for a ways, and it's kind of up to you if you just want to jump in the water here, or if you want to go further in.
No, we should definitely get our water breathing on real quick, if that's cool with you, Karina. That needs to happen prior to anything, in case we get sucked under the water when we don't expect it.
I might be able to get a rowboat out of my coat.
A rowboat out of your coat?
Maybe.
A rowboat?
Potentially.
Towboat.
That's fun to say.
Row coat?
A row coat.
Row coat. Yeah.
Coat boat.
Why not? Pull one out.
What? I bought this thing a little while back.
What
It's
is it?
a robe of useful items, but it's. I don't know if I'm gonna pull out what I
got
need.
a dinghy. We're good. Dinghy.
I don't know. I didn't want to take a dinghy from our captain, you know.
Yeah.
But
with this conversation, or is this internal or external?
Probably external, because
Okay.
Yes.
You see the captain kind of shaking his head like, yeah, that would be really nice.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, that's for going to shore.
Is
Might as well try.
that a dinghy in your coat? Or are you happy to see me?
Yeah. Get your hands off
How
my
does this
dinghy.
see?
You see a couple of more hands trade some bets as Orkira and Seisha, you see the lips say, like, I bet she's not going to... No, there's no way she's going to pull a ship out of that
You
coat.
say you're pulling something, you roll a D100.
Is that what that is? Oh, it is a D100.
Yeah.
Huh? Watch me get a dog.
Oh no,
I mean, that would be
it's
great.
2.
Oh, I don't think I get a dog, but I definitely don't get a boat. Let's see what we get.
You rolled a 9. A silver coffer.
Worth 500 GP.
She pulled a silver coffer. It's 1 foot long, 6 inches wide, 6 inches deep, and it's worth 500 gold.
No, that.
What the fuck?
And you see bets being exchanged. Damn, she didn't pull a dinghy out. There we go.
Yeah. Someone's very vehemently arguing, like, no, that can be a dinghy for something. They just got to shrink down smaller.
What to do with this now?
We sell that later, is what we do with that.
Well, where do I put it?
In a bed.
Here, and I opened a handy haversack.
Okay. Wow, that pays for the robe. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I'll turn to the captain, and I will say, hey, look, man, here, and I'll give him 10 gold. I'm like, will that cover the boat?
You know what? You already gave me 14.
All right. Well, here's 5 anyway, because I'm fuck it. I'm probably, if I don't make it, that's going to be worth nothing.
I mean, if you want to keep pulling random items out of a robe, I'm not gonna say no. It's actually kind of entertaining. I mean, the crew seems to be.
It's the first time I've ever tried it. It's really neat. It's.
And
I-
like
I'm a
all the
little
crew's like,
like
one
that.
more pull, one more pull, one more pull.
You gonna pull another one?
Fucking why not? Probably got so many more episodes in this season.
The whole crowd goes, yeah!
Did you really?
It's not the same thing.
No, it's
but
it's a bag of 100 gold.
He's so lucky she just keeps pulling money.
I
Timora's just like, here.
Yeah, all of the coins have Timora's face on them.
One of the crew comes up to the captain and tries to whisper something, but obviously those with more keen ears can hear and says, Sir, if fate brought us to them, is it really smart of us to continue denying the gold that they keep acquiring? I really think this is the fate saying that this is the money we're owed for the service.
How many crew members are here?
There's probably a total of minimum at least 20.
Yeah.
Okay, she will hand out, because they're special Tamora coins. She will hand out one to every crew member, so that'll be minus 20.
Love it.
And plus 80 crew members.
And the captain looks at him and goes,
I see. All right, yeah. The fates have bestowed upon us one more pull.
all right.
All right. I guess let's stop pulling from the coat. Coat's done.
Maybe the problem was maybe we needed to be in the water so that the coat thought about giving you water things.
I don't want to make an out of play note. The coat can pull 2 live dogs out of it. Let's not do it in the boat.
It can also pull a horse with saddlebags.
A whole horse. I can pull out a whole horse.
And then we'll have a seahorse.
Oh my god.
Are you telling me this is a magic item that makes pets?
Oh god.
Limited fashion, I suppose.
Okay, wait. Before Seisha gets all googly-eyed, how long does anything that you pulled from the coat last?
I think
It
forever.
doesn't go away.
Okay, good.
It's forever.
Because you
Okay,
know
when
the
we get
saddest
home,
thing.
I need a dog.
Okay, well, I think I can pull out 2 at a time. I think.
That's good because then they can be.
I can pull out 2 at a time.
I have so many questions, starting with, does it create the dogs or take the dogs from somewhere?
Yes.
I don't know.
Because if it just creates the dogs, are the dogs aware that they started existing at this point right now?
It does. It says 2 mastiffs. It doesn't say at what age.
Mastiffs are big and snuggly.
It doesn't specify, but it doesn't specify puppies. It specifies dogs.
Katie, are you gonna be okay?
And pull out 2
Not
Otises.
your reminder.
But
Wait,
are
hold on.
not all
It's-
these dogs.
It's
I'm
straight
sorry.
up dogs that are like have the stat blocks of dogs in D&D. So like these would ostensibly be at least like adult dogs that are just made. Are they aware that even though they are adults, they have a current life counter of like a minute by the time you talk to them?
Captain, I
But I'm
believe
so
this
sorry for
is
derailing
this is
Wait,
too
are
much
you asking if
existential
the dogs are
crisis for
self-aware?
us. I do not want to listen to the existential crisis of a dog being birthed from nothing.
But it's not birthed. It has no parents. It just is.
But are they
mother now.
self-aware? Like, do they?
Guys, we have to save the world.
Oh, right. Yes. Okay. World
I'm
first,
getting
dogs
in the
later.
boat.
I need to pull Adderall out of this coat. Is what I need.
You can only bring that if you are a licensed therapist, though.
Oh, but they're like having trouble stocking them in magical clothes, from what I understand.
You see one of the crew members lean over. We're fucked.
Seeing those guys again.
I love D&D.
So anyway.
Yeah, let's go anyway now. It's only been forever.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Jenny will ungracefully get into the dinghy.
Errol is already in the dinghy.
Korea, you casting water breathing?
Yeah.
All right.
Get that marked off.
Yep. Pretty sure that lasts a while. It's like 24 hours or something like that.
Yeah, it does.
It is a ritual spell, so I believe.
Yep.
So you don't have to mark it off as a spell slot. You can
Yeah,
use
I
it
just had to pull it up to confirm the time.
Yep.
Says 10 willing creatures. They breathe until the spell ends. 24 hours.
Yep. Takes an
So-
action.
Karina is gonna. She's gonna be like, just give me a minute, and she's gonna quickly whittle those little like old Disney movie reed like straws, as that's one of my components, and just whittle those for everybody. Hand them to you, and you can now water breathe for 24 hours.
Oh,
So
thank
I
you.
just put it in my mouth and.
No, just hold on to it. I mean, you could put it in your mouth. I'm not gonna stop you. Just tastes
How's
like
it taste?
bamboo.
Yeah, like bamboo.
Harold, you have an extra hand. Hold it in
Not
the
anymore.
extra hand.
Not
Not
anymore.
anymore.
No, we
Oh.
got that. Yeah.
My bad there.
No, it's fine.
Yep.
That's okay. I aim to be so quick that you didn't even notice me. Yeah, it never happens.
Yep. That's why they call her No More Kira.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Wait.
Get out of
No,
here.
I like being here. Yes, more Kira. Not no.
More Kira. More Kira.
More Kira, yes.
Brunschlager takes the offering and puts it somewhere underneath the helmet.
Orgair's gonna take it and tuck it into her top, the cloth top that she has, and then reach into the bag one more time and pull out her book and go, well, time to find out if this is waterproof. And she'll close the bag and just hold on to her holy symbol. Because she needs to have that access that, and if she opens up the bag underwater, that could be bad.
It might be
Yeah, that's a good point.
yeah, few extra dimensional space full of water.
I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing in an extra dimensional space, but I'd rather not have to. You know, I just had a whole bunch of questions about the interactions between an extra dimensional space, but we've already had an existential crisis today, so I'm not going to ask.
And with that, what do y'all do? You can now breathe underwater. You already have freedom of movement, so you can already move freely in the water. Are you jumping in? Are you getting in the dinghy? What are we doing?
I think we should dinghy as far as we can dinghy before we.
I'm getting in that dinghy.
Okay.
I'll take up an overwatch position and fly over the dinghy, both to keep an eye out, but also because dinghies are usually small and Orkira is not.
Yes.
Very carefully stepping onto the dinghy so I don't crash it.
I'm gonna turn to the captain. Thank you.
You know,
We should be good from here. Appreciate your help.
it has been entertaining, if nothing else.
That's fair. And again, if any of y'all are ever in Waterdeep, come to the Spirits of Trollskull.
Duly noted. I hope I don't ever see you there. No offense.
None taken. Hopefully, me and Gary all can come see you out here. Captain. And I will go to the dinghy.
Okay. Who is taking up the rowing duty?
Ain't me.
I'll row.
Thank you, Seisha.
Okay.
Give me an athletics check.
Okay. 1, 2, oh god. I should not be using this die. Because I have my contacts in and I can't read it. That's 10 plus 12.
12? Okay, yeah.
You start rowing, and you're heading away, and you kind of just see just one final glance as the crew bids you farewell, and they all just kind of like shake their heads and chuckle to themselves as they turn away, and
Good luck storming the monolith. You think they're gonna make it? It'll take a miracle.
yeah. Well, the gods wanted them here, so here they are. And you start to row out. And it's a little slow going because eventually it's like rowing through molasses. And I'm going to need one more athletics check from you.
This one will be a little bit more difficult.
Actually, this one will be at disadvantage because it is very difficult.
I'm assuming there's like rope in the dinghy. Can someone attach the rope to the dinghy and Orkira can try to help by flying and pulling along?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. So just roll regular instead of with disadvantage.
How heavy is this?
A dinghy?
I mean, with everyone in it.
Well, if
Pretty
we got
damn.
600 crows.
If 600 crows fly from Waterdeep on a train to no.
Oh, you missed the discussion about how much a crow can carry earlier.
Yep.
But it's pretty heavy with Seisha and Brunslager already adding, I think it's around 80 pounds to their body with the full plates, and everybody being, and then Orkira being a hefty dragonborn with wings and a tail.
No,
Would
but
you say it's below 1,000 pounds?
Probably.
Probably, yes, and I know Orkira, you're flying above. So
I did roll a 19.
okay, you got a 19. I'm sounds good. I'm curious as to what Petunia is doing.
Yeah.
Telekinesis.
No, save your spells.
Okay.
You're gonna need them in there.
Okay, we'll say that Petunia is thinking of that to see if Seisha needs the help.
If she's struggling, yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, do you see that?
Struggling. One of you guys can take the other oar.
Yeah, but I'm not strong.
I'm doing what I can.
And with the help of Orkira flying, and Seisha disheartedly rowing by herself.
Slugger patently ignoring it, just looking forward, arms crossed.
Like George Washington at the helm of the boat, just arms crossed, 1 foot on the bow.
Yes.
You notice the water gets thicker and thicker and thicker. And Orkira, you're the only one that notices this. And I know other people have really good vision, but it's your vantage point that notices this. There is a massive shadow that is lurking in the waters, trailing around, that seems almost like teardrop in shape. And there are tendrils floating behind it.
And it's moving. It's following us. It is mobile, or is it the shard that's been taken over by the aboleth?
It is not like it is the area, like it's where you are. Like you're hovering in this like viscous jelly like ocean that you're currently rowing in, or lake, or whatever you want to call it, inner sea. It is just that area that it is like that you're rowing in is this just massive shadowed shape with the tendrils behind it.
And do we all have find the path, or is it just
everybody?
Virginia?
Yeah, everybody.
Okay. Am I getting a tingle saying I'm supposed to go in a specific direction?
Absolutely.
Everything so far has been leading you towards this, and taking the dinghy made it easier to go across the surface instead of through the waters, even though you have freedom of movement. But this let you see more so the area that it is circling. It's kind of like where Find a Path stops on the surface, if that makes sense.
The y-axis goes to 0.
Yep.
No, not the y-axis. The x-axis goes to 0. The y-axis still has lots of numbers on it.
Yep.
Okay. I guess I just wasn't picturing the thing we were going after being mobile, but yeah.
You can assess things if you have means to do so.
I'll ask one more question and then see if you'll let me assess things with a perception check. Orkira knows what a nautiloid is. does this look like a nautiloid?
If it was a nautiloid, it would be flying backwards.
Okay.
So it's shaped.
Yeah, it's very aboleth shaped,
Yeah.
but like gargantuan aboleth shaped, like nautilid size aboleth shape.
We're
Okay.
gonna need a bigger boat.
Yeah, I'll stop pulling and start to fly back to the boat. But yeah, can I take like a really close look at what it's circling?
Sadly, it's not a perception check. It is an
Oh.
investigation.
Well,
Ooh.
you know what? I'll try it just for the heck of it because Orkira would.
Mm-hmm.
It's 15. It's not bad.
15.
Petunia also make an investigation check.
Well, I figure I'm
Oh, you've got the
arriving
point
as
of view. You're up in the,
you're
up in the air.
You're sky high.
and I like as soon as I get whatever I'm gonna get from that, I will land and blah.
Yeah, I'd say that with a 15 actually succeeds, and you can tell that this is an illusion of some sort. It is a regional effect of just the
Oh.
proximity of this
It's layer.
sovereignty. In a sense, like Zaifu is a layer.
Yeah. Okay.
And you also have learned through visual aids and visions and things like that that Zaifu and the thing that is known as the eldest
Are one and the same.
Okay. Yeah, I'll fly on back and like perch on the side and give all of you all of that information and then say, I wasn't expecting to have to chase Zaifu down. But yeah, it's right there.
Okay. Well, my guess is that that image is probably not real, and that the building is where it is.
Where we all kind of think we need to go.
Yeah.
And you just get that pull of the only way forward is down.
Is down. I set the oars in the boat,
Okay.
stand up, and just walk off the boat and sink.
Well, I guess we're going. Okay. I will follow Seisha. I'll do a little swan dive. I'll do a little dragon dive into the water.
Okay. Seisha steps off, Orkira follows, diving in after. What are the rest of you doing?
Petunia will try to like get up on the edge of the bow to like sort of gracefully dip in, but then her foot will catch on like the edge and she'll just body slam, like belly flop right into it.
I will scramble in after her to try to help her.
And
Rita
because
sees that
because
and
it's viscous, she slowly.
Rita sees that and is like, fuck shit. She jumps off the boat and wild shapes to a giant octopus and uses one tentacle to grab Petunia, one to grab Harold, reaches down to grab Orkira and Seisha, and then just holds one tentacle out for Brunschlager to be like, hmm?
Do we not care about the boats? Okay,
It won't over the thing. The boat's not going to go anywhere. The water's not moving.
great. Brunschler just nonchalantly just walks off the boat.
I'm gonna catch you.
Yep. And
I don't trust us not floating separately or getting separated down here.
Genuinely legit.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
no plan.
yep.
Karina is just group hugging her party as an octopus all the
And
way down.
absolutely you do, but you all have a swim speed equal to your walking speed because of freedom of movement. So you are not hindered by water at all. The viscousy liquid doesn't really impede you, other than for the lulls of Petunia sinking slowly.
I have a swim speed of 60 feet, so as long as I'm holding y'all.
We got 60.
Yeah.
Sounds good. You still feel the thickness of the water with 3 Cs. But it does not impede your movement. And as you sink deeper and deeper and deeper, Because of the ritualistic casting of water breathing, you do not even feel the effects of water pressure. You don't feel.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Your ears don't have that tightening or pop or anything like that. You are adjusted
Yep.
for water.
The only thing that is really impeding is the darkness.
As you sink further and further and further, as light begins to betray you and leave you alone, Harold, you're the only one that can truly see further than anyone else, despite the godlike vision of some of your friends.
Popping my third eye, just for now,
Okay.
Good. Yeah, open that third
Gonna do
eye.
that. Dark vision.
Third eye in the aboleth's quarters. Sounds good. But Harold, you're the first to see it, as there's a faint light that glows from beneath you.
Ooh, yeah, I see a light.
Are we in a tunnel? Do we need to avoid it?
No, we're not in a tunnel. We're just sinking still, and it's way down there. We're heading the right direction. Maybe slightly right, Karina?
I'm actually going to, since I have underwater camouflage, as we make our way to it, I'd like to make a stealth check to move towards it.
Like cuttlefish.
Yeah, just using all arms to hide the party behind my head.
Okay.
Don't eat us.
Something, as you get further in the dark depths of this inner sea, you come across an unnerving sight as you begin to sink. Illuminated from the ethereal, otherworldly glow it creates and from the surrounding bioluminescent creatures that call its depth home. However, you quickly notice they are few, and those creatures are few and far between. And most of them, you are unsure if these creatures are natural or if their horrific depictions are mutations of the water that most creatures seem to avoid. In real world, like viper eels and things like that. The ship's surface is a twisted amalgamation of glistening black metal and grotesque, sinuous appendages. Jagged biomechanical protrusions jut out from its core, resembling skeletal fingers reaching towards the abyss. And these appendages appear both delicate and deadly, covered in a slick, oily substance that clings to the ship's hull, further adding to the eerie ambiance.
The obelisk itself is massive. It runs through the ocean floor like a foreboding monolith. Its surface is marred with intricate patterns of grotesque alien glyphs that seem to writhe and shift as if they were alive. These markings pulse with an otherworldly luminescence, casting an eerie bioluminescent glow that pierces through the thick, syrupy water.
The ship's form is elongated with a pointed apex that cuts through the water like a sinister blade. Dark, undulating membranes stretch between the mechanical limbs, resembling the wings of some grotesque sea creature frozen in a macabre dance. These membranous appendages ripple with an unsettling, rhythmic motion, as if the ship itself were still alive, even in its sunken slumber.
The water surrounding the ship seems to defy the laws of physics, as if it were transformed into a viscous, oily ooze. It clings to the ship's surface, disorienting the reflections of distant bioluminescent sea creatures and creating a disorienting sense of unreality. The thick, syrupy water seems to have a life of its own, pulsating and throbbing in time with the ship's strange, unearthly rhythms.
And surrounding the oceanic floor is a group of towering seaweeds, mutated coral that resembles more like stretched flesh membranes with holes than the spiny stone-like texture it should, as well as the graveyard of ancient ships and ruins that most likely found this abyss to be their home long before the monolith sunk and settled here. The light down here at its depth is absent in nearly every direction, and if it weren't for the bioluminescent flora and fauna mixed with the faint glow from the ship itself, it would be completely blinding in its darkness. You see movement up ahead, but it's hard to make out any of the details of what awaits you without taking time to assess the surroundings. And Karina, what is your stealth?
Let me roll that. Yeah, roll with advantage. So, thank God with advantage. 17.
17? Okay. You seem to be unspotted at this time, but remember the warnings the pirate captain gave you that if you gain too close to the Kuatoa specifically, they might still be able to see you even if you are under the protections of invisibility or even traversing the ethereal plane.
But I'm not. I just have underwater camouflage.
Yep, I know.
Okay.
They just seem to know where creatures are for some reason if you get too close. What is everyone doing?
Oh.
I'm trying
Go
to
ahead.
telepathically direct people where to go.
Okay.
How far away are we from the ship or the point that we're being pulled towards the entrance of the ship?
I'd say just under maybe 200 feet.
And out of curiosity, is this ship, since we've had visions about it and now we can kind of see it, is it more than 1,000 feet from end to end?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
I'll wait until we get a little bit closer then. Orkira's just gonna hug her book to dampen any light that might be coming off of it and keep her eyes and ears out.
I'll reiterate.
Tattoos, ladies.
I'll reiterate in case it was missed in the description that there is some movement up ahead that you can't quite make out what it is without taking time to assess your surroundings better.
I'll try to roll perception for it. I mean, I can probably see it best.
You don't have to roll with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Doesn't help me. 11.
11. Somebody else can roll with advantage or with disadvantage.
I'll do it. Perception?
Perception's not my best. So.
Hey, guess what? I have advantage, so I'm rolling regularly.
Okay, there you go.
That is an 18 plus 7. 25.
25. Okay, you get both things.
So you can see up ahead that there's a general gathering of Kuatoa, these weird fish-headed humanoids praying while making offerings to something. It's hard to tell if it's something within the ship or to the ship itself. You notice that the plethora of offerings surrounds almost the entirety of the ship, almost like a gate of wreckage, treasure, and sacrifices. And you can see
A crude effigy of something that looks to be an idolic deity with a massive body and 3 orbs taking up the center of its form. Its limbs look to be tendrils that, with its body, connect and meld with the rest of the wall that surrounds the extensive, colossal, sunken monolith.
That way. What is that?
I can't see it.
What do you see?
They're worshiping something. It looks like an effigy.
Oh. Yeah, remember, I think I told you the Kuatoa, when they pray.
Their faith brings
Yeah.
things to reality, but I can't tell what it is.
Well, you said it had 3 eyes, right?
It does, yeah, but I don't know if it's an actual one or...
Seisha, go ahead and roll an investigation.
Yay!
Try and put some clues together.
What is math? 23.
23. Okay.
Not my best.
Although the effigy does not look to have the shape and form of an aboleth, you remember the description of the vision of the eldest being merged with the ship itself, and so seeing like the face figurehead of an aboleth who its form has been stretched out and created as this gate-like structure that is almost fully surrounding. There's obvious gaps and things like that where it's not completed, but it is as if this effigy is the gate itself.
I think it's the eldest. I think they're worshiping an effigy of him, which would make sense.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. If they're... Or Kira, how quickly do they give form to their beliefs? Like, they can't turn a stone effigy into an actual thing, can they?
I don't know. I've only seen this on different worlds, so I don't know if the Goto could be faster or slower about this, but the more of them there are, the more powerful it gets, but I don't know more than that.
Is there any way we can get around them?
Oh yeah. The find the path is actually leading you close nearby. You're unsure if they're only gathered in this spot or in multiple locations around this massive, like, town, if not small city wide long monolith. But the gate is like a fence made of like found objects and ship ruins and sea kelp and things like that.
Okay.
But there are obvious breaks in it. It's not very high. It's just something that looks to be a kind of like a shrine that surrounds the entirety of Zaifu.
Okay, cool. I would like to, as we are doing this, I have Eye for Detail, which allows me to make a perception check to spot hidden creatures or objects. I would like to be doing that.
Okay. Go ahead and make your perception. It'll be at regular.
Regular, as in I had disadvantage, but since I have disadvantage, it's just one?
Just one.
Cool. Okay, this was investigation, right?
Perception.
Perception. Not as good. Okay. 19. Sorry.
19? Okay. You, with Find the Path and everything, you know that there's an easy way that you're being led. And you can see your Eye for Detail picking out an area that circumvents. You don't see any hidden creatures, but with this Eye for Detail, you easily spot creatures that are not hidden.
Right.
And you spot breaks in this fence that you are able to easily.
I will give Karina information to kind of guide her through this good path.
Got it. And your stealth was a 19, if I remember correctly.
17.
17? Yep.
Cool.
Okay.
With that, you're able to stay far enough away from them to not at least trigger their supernatural perception, but stay hidden enough in the tendrils and natural camouflage of the Karina octopus to just skate your way through.
Octopus.
Yeah, to skate your way through this just amalgamation of coral, seaweed, and other just various knickknacks of wreckage on the sea floor. And you're able to...
I would say even there's this one moment where a faint light comes swimming past real fast as you see this like mini jagged tooth thing, bulbous eyes chasing another like smaller fish that rushes past you and seems to not notice you or care. But there's a small moment of adrenaline. And then as you breach through this fence, you can see where the monolith has crashed and landed. It has destroyed part of another ship and lands upon old coral, and you can see damage in the ship.
Damage as in an entrance? A hole?
It seems that way as you're being pulled in this direction.
Yep. Damage is in the godlike find the path is pulling you towards it, and it does indeed seem to be breachable.
Righty, we have our entrance, I guess. Still keeping an eye out for hidden stuff.
Okay.
As we head through the wreckage, or the effigies and everything, this gate that we're going through, Orkira's just gonna make sure that if we accidentally knock something out of place or have to move something, that she puts it back. You know, so like Karina is coming along and we're all in her tendrils behind her, and really, oh, this was here, because she's known Kuato to be able to pick that stuff out. They're particular, so she's just gonna be
Because you
extra.
are doing that, everybody gets to make the deck save with advantage.
Oh! High five for Kira.
Man, I was
Yep.
I was not
Literally writing out make deck saves to do that.
Exactly that.
I really rolled
Oh
two for-
damn!
I did. That's funny. It's meant to be.
Wow.
Mm.
I may use my inspiration
cool,
on this.
Cool. Mm-hmm.
I was just doing roleplay shit, and now it's gonna bite me in the ass.
Oh, they got
Uh,
22.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna use my inspiration on this.
Everybody have 3.
25.
All right, so we got
Anyone roll a 1.
25.
22.
22. What'd you get, Stacia?
What are we?
Okay.
What are we trying to avoid?
So you're swimming through the wreckage of an old ship to get through to get to the damaged hull of the monolith, right? This old ship, there might be some spots that you have to squeeze through or move through, and Orkira is guiding you all and trying to make sure that
Nothing comes out of place, but it's still tight, and you're still big and clunky. I need a deck save. What'd you
And
get?
I got a 6.
Great.
Okay, six.
What if I just put Seisha in my mouth?
I don't think you're a huge creature.
I am a large beast.
Yeah.
But it's warm and
But
it's
it does say I'm a
dark.
giant octopus.
You are.
and it's soft.
No, it's not soft. She has a beak.
Brunschlager, what'd you
I
get?
have to dodge the beak, but the mouth
Brun-
itself is
Brunschlager got a natural 20 for 23.
Amazing.
Okay.
damn.
Okay.
Harold, what'd you get?
29.
Damn.
Good lord. And Petunia.
21.
Okay. hold on.
Hey, Stacia, hey.
And Orkira, what'd you get?
We get +3 from Seisha.
Yeah.
Yes.
I used my inspiration, and I got an 18.
Seisha, do you want a wheel?
I don't think it's going to make much difference. I'm debating if I should use my lucky, but I kind of want to save it for what's inside.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
I'll-
save it. I still have 5 wheels if you
I'll
want.
say
4.
the reason that I use the inspiration is because I'm worried that if we're noticed out here, that there's just going to be a giant army. So that's why I blew it quickly.
Last chance. Final decision.
Yeah, I'll use my inspiration.
Okay.
That's a very good point. Hey, Petunia,
Yeah.
can I re-roll that?
Yeah.
Thank you. That was a 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Natural 20. 23.
Really, Petunia stepping into her role.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank
I'll
you.
be
Uh,
careful. Ray did not come to play.
Yeah.
With Seisha being the only one that would have failed that, as luck bends. Her shield attached to her back snags on something, and it is from the ship as cargo begins to fall, and Petunia herself is knocked out of place, and it slowly, because of the thickness of the water, slowly falls, and Petunia catches it, luckily being in the right place at the right time, and sets it down on the ground.
I appreciate it.
Why are you doing that in the telepathic bond?
Because we're setting atmosphere.
There is no atmosphere here.
And the ship is not knocked out of location. There is no giant plume of silt that gives away your location, and nothing terrible falls or pins you in location. As you make your way through the ruins of this old ship.
Karina's got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
Dee-diddly-dee-dee-dee.
All of a
There
sudden,
they are standing in a row.
Karina's galloping.
Karina's humming that in her head, but like puppeteering y'all as little dolls, like. There they are, all standing in a row.
Oh, I'm getting seasick.
You can probably hear that too.
Yeah.
Brunschlager. From the description before, where the thick water kind of pulsated out from this monolith, it's almost like the faintest white noise kind of scratching at your mind, as you have a natural affinity to telepathic connections, and it feels like the ship itself is giving off those pulsations.
I see. How far away is it?
Oh, you're right next to the ship now.
Oh, great,
You
great,
have to
great,
walk
great,
in, swim in.
Great. Yeah, I'm gonna swim in, see what's up with this. Great. Great, 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 great. Affinity with a boat is never followed by good events.
I mean, there's events that could be on the horizon.
Right.
I understood that reference.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Go.
You see the cracked opening of. You're unsure if this is caused by it landing in the ocean here, or if this is the scars from where the cerulean lightning came up and struck the ship itself. But you can see the scars, and there's that unnerving violet light that is radiating from this area, as if the energy of this ship feeds off of that type of energy. But you can see an entranceway that looks kind of like a throat. This biomechanical round tunnel that is ribbed with these pulsing just curves. You can see like veins and tendrils that aren't coming up to reach, but more so look like the real world, like if cabling was just layered and strewn about like stretched sinew over these corrugated like ribbed tunnels, and they look massive in size.
Every word of that sentence pushed me farther down a hill.
Good. Well, get to going, Sisyphus.
Great.
Oh, I was gonna get in this toboggan and ride, but
So I have just a question.
Yeah.
I'm telekinetic. Can I use that to guide me around to swim?
I mean, you can. I mean, like I said, because you have freedom of movement, you're not impeded in any way.
Great. Yeah. I'm just gonna use Brunschlager, arms crossed, standing straight up, just moving through the water.
Like a Magneto style.
You get to the end of Karina's tentacle, she's like, oh, okay.
T-posing for dominance.
Yeah, are we at this point? Are we disengaging from Karina, or should we all continue to?
Karina just lets Brunschlager go and looks at the rest of you like, oh,
There's
gonna follow him.
something deeper in here that is. It's hitting the psionic channel.
I'm gonna go with Brunschlager. I got 90 feet of movement. Let's do this.
Just Doctor Dooming my way down a hallway.
Is everybody entering?
I guess so.
I'm gonna, as long as I can like stick with Karina for now. If I don't have to like,
you don't
try and
have to disengage from the tentacle. I'm going with everybody.
great. As long as I don't have to
Yeah.
use my own limbs, that's better for everyone involved.
Okay. The order of operations sounds like it's Brunschlager and Seisha ahead, and then everybody else clustered with Karina.
Yeah.
I'll disengage from Karina and swim so that I'm in between the group, and so that I kind of can keep an eye on everyone. And Orkira, the way she swims is she tucks her wings super close to her back, and she basically does the snake thing with her tail. And you notice it's not very effective, that it's the same as though she's walking on land, but, it works.
Okay. I need everyone to make intelligence saving throws, and only Brunschlager and Orkira get Seisha's bonus. And the reason why is because of distance, because it's only 10 feet, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
I got a 21.
Please tell me the lies.
20.
Okay.
12.
Okay.
Which one? Wisdom, right?
Intelligence.
Intelligence. Okay. 21.
Harold, what'd you get?
9.
All right. I believe
And
that
Petunia?
is.
I technically got a 1, but
You gonna use it?
why not?
All right. So that one becomes a natural 20.
Or also halfling luck.
No, I think they're using the.
No, I'm not gonna re-roll this one. I'm just taking my 1 where I can.
Okay.
Yep. One becomes a 20.
Yeah. I'm smart.
Okay.
SMRT.
Got it. So everybody begins to feel that scraping of like white noise across your mind. For Brunschlager, it's more intense since you're just naturally attuned to this channel, this style of psychic interference. But for Orkira and Harold, your mind becomes foggy and confused, but not in the condition. You just have intelligence and wisdom checks at disadvantage. Not saves.
Does my mind shielding help me at all on this?
Mind shielding stops telepathic stuff, correct?
I've got it right here. Drink this potion. You're immune to abilities that allow other creatures to read your thoughts, determine whether you are lying, know your alignment, or know your creature type. Creatures can telepathically communicate with you only if you allow it.
Yep. So it doesn't help me here.
And
I
we
was
have
just looking at the potion.
we have advantage on wisdom saving throws. So essentially what we get is disadvantage on intelligence saving throws and a straight on wisdom, right?
Say again.
We got advantage on wisdom saving throws
Correct.
from gods. So really it's just disadvantage on intelligence saving throws.
It's not saving
Saving
throws.
throws.
It's just checks.
So that would affect your survival, your perception, your investigation, your history, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
so
like I said, okay.
intelligence and wisdom based checks, not saving throws.
Okay.
Cool. I'm good.
I am annoyed by that, but oh well.
But yeah, it's You two also hear this constant psychic bombardment that radiates throughout the ship as if the ship itself were creating it.
Oof, oof. Yes. Or here, like, stops moving for a moment, just out of that icky feeling of something pushing into her head, and then forces herself to keep moving. But you can see, like, she's just shaking her head in the water and looks annoyed and worried.
Awesome. You start to hear things. Or Kira, this is where, Harold, your thing comes into play. You do not hear this. But Orkira, you start to hear whispers in the back of your mind. And it is in a language that you know you should not understand. But yet your mind comprehends it.
Oh, crap.
Brunschlager, because you have telepathy, can also hear these whispers. What do you guys want to do with that?
What are they
Not
saying?
coming over the bond, right?
Well, give me a second.
Sorry.
They're determining that.
Oh.
I'm talking about, like, Orkira won't hide this, especially depending on what I'm hearing it say.
Got it.
Because if it's what I think it is, I bet I can understand it.
As I said, Orkira can understand it. But it's kind of like, think of like detect thoughts, but you're not quite you hear whispers, but you would have to intently try to listen and make that further connection to really truly hear what they say.
Over the bond, am I okay to cast a spell here?
Hey, does anybody else hear that?
Hear what?
Yes, coming from you.
No, like that.
Or Kira.
Yeah.
Be more specific.
I'm hearing it from you.
No, I'm talking about something else that's not from me. You don't. It's like there's someone whispering nearby, and I keep looking for them.
Or Kira.
Yeah.
There are no whispers coming from elsewhere. It's coming from you.
Do you hear that, Harold?
No, but I can feel something trying to talk to me, and I'm just saying no.
Wait, there's something trying to talk to us? Or...
No, to you.
Well,
Oh,
It's affecting
cast a
you
spell.
and...
Does anyone think that's a bad idea?
what?
Yes, I think it's a bad idea.
All right.
Something is talking to you and Harold only. Harold has something going on with his mind to stop it. You do not, so it's talking to you.
Okay. I don't like people talking to me in my head without asking first.
What is it saying?
Seisha asked, so I'm gonna listen. What is it saying?
I'm a bad influence.
Nope. Nope, that's totally fair. It's totally fair.
Go ahead and make
A new character.
a sanity a sanity save.
Okay. Is this where my advantage on wisdom saving throws comes in?
So what the wisdom, only having one side of the sanity save with advantage lowers the DC of a sanity save. It doesn't give
Okay.
you advantage on the roll. You have to have advantage on both of the checks, the intelligence and wisdom, to give you advantage on the full sanity.
Okay.
Can I give advantage on the intelligence? With the help action?
You know what? That's fun and unique and
Yes,
weird.
love
Let's
it.
do it.
Make it with advantage. Let's go.
Okay. So I'm rolling with advantage, and this is the intelligence modifier, the wisdom modifier added together, cut in half.
Correct.
So this is at +2. I'm just gonna roll this twice. Here's number 1. Okay, all right, okay. Okay, so 21.
21. Okay. Yes.
Thank you,
DMs,
Brunschlager.
does that fail?
No.
It does not.
Ah,
Okay, cool.
Nice. Thank you, Brunschlager. I don't know why I'm thanking you, but thank you.
Nope, you're good.
Okay, hold on. The first thing you hear is almost like a command, a call to action. The more you listen, you realize that this reverberating, like, signal coming from the ship itself is telling all of those that it controls what to do. You hear, "A sacrifice has not been made. We march on the city we ruined. At the end of the day, gather the masses. We will bring Wrath to its knees."
They're gonna march on the city at the end of the day. They're doing they realize that the sacrifice didn't happen, and it's commanding everybody to go and go kill everybody in Wrath.
Well, then we have an updated timetable.
Yeah. Can I stop listening to this now? It's
Yes.
really creepy.
As you say that, you hear, "Wait. What is that? Voices.
Oh crap.
Who are you? If you can hear me, know I, the eldest, can hear you."
In the telepathic bond, this has all been the telepathic bond, but over here we'll say, "You can hear me." and then
A silent
just-
thumbs up amongst the group.
Yeah. If anyone is thinking of, if anyone's probing her thoughts at this moment, it is just a litany of crap.
Brunschlager's going to just go beside Orkira and just like hand on her back in a reassuring way, just push us forward deeper into the tunnel.
Okay.
Okay. All right. You begin to move into this organic metallic structure. You're being pulled, or like you come to an intersection, you know you need to go right. You know you need to go left. You know you need to swim up.
Forward, down, in a section where it opens up into this big, massive chamber. You can see like pods in places, too obscured or shaded and tinted in sense that you cannot see through them, but you know that you need to go down or forward, diagonal, away. If you can see just everything about this seems unnatural, seems unnerving. It is almost like you're inside the belly of a beast, but in a way that does not feel inviting. It does not even... Every ounce of you just feels like your skin is crawling. And that is only made worse by the feeling of this thick, slick, oily water that brushes against your skin.
As you continue to move through this, you come to this long hallway where the first thing you notice is actually this dried, almost what is left of a husk of a tentacle buried under rubble, which you can determine is that of an aboleth. That is just almost like floating and hovering in this liquid.
How does it compare in size to Golor?
About the same.
Okay. Cool.
How does it compare in size to the eldest?
Tiny.
Okay.
Minuscule.
This is a remain of one of the ones that Rydon Kane killed.
And this is telepathically, right?
Yes.
Noted. Petunia and Brunschlager, you recognize this hallway that you're currently in. You've been here before. You've seen this exact same corridor through the eyes of an aboleth, watching Rydon Kane tear into you.
Broomslugger, are you kidding?
Yep. Brunschlager's going to start unwrapping the chain from his forearm.
Okay.
What are you guys doing?
I'll take the rear. Everybody go ahead. I'm going to provide backguard.
Okay.
Do I still hear the whispers, and do I think this thing is still listening to anything I'm trying to say?
You still have that grating white noise in your mind. You are unsure if it can hear everything you're thinking, and you know if you want to, you can listen further. You've already made the save. But if you want to stop that, you can. But you are unsure if it is still listening. You know that when you were listening, it said it was listening.
Yeah.
But there's no confirmation beyond that. You can assume the worst.
Yeah.
Hope for the best.
Or Kira wants to stop, is like immediately was going to stop listening. Yeah, I don't think she can help herself. Like she knows this thing is probably listening. But in the telepathic bond anyway, she's going to say, I kind of want to see if we can find Rydon Kane.
Close, I think. Well, yeah, I think we're close.
When is it good to go ahead and start casting spells?
But I don't know.
Seisha starts gesturing. I just remembered we're a podcast too.
Yeah.
Seisha starts
Yes.
gesturing.
I was gonna give you one more beat before I started to say something, and
It's beautiful.
it's
beautiful.
so good.
Don't edit the pause out of the podcast.
Oh, we're not.
Don't leave it in.
So she starts gesturing. Let me think of how I can do this. She holds up one finger. And one syllable. She holds up one finger and motions her fingers around her, taps her eyes, and looks at very directly at Petunia and Brunschlager. And over the telepathic bond, says etchings.
Go ahead and make an investigation or a perception check. You guys' choice.
Investigate.
I'm gonna let the two of you roll this.
I'm gonna luck it.
Oh no.
It wasn't great, wasn't terrible. That's better. 25.
25?
11.
11.
Something periphery, lack of periphery in your helmet. Something.
Murderous intent at the ready.
Yep. As Petunia and Brunschlager, you start moving down this memory hallway corridor, there is like you're starting to like get that like visual flashback of seeing him moving with such grace and that blade with the cerulean blue energy arcing through it. And there is no like markings like there were in the stone of Reth. None of that is here. Everything that it's all that like biomechanical, technologically organic material that makes
Geiger.
up 100% that.
Very Geiger-esque.
Very, 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 very. And there is Petunia, when you get to the point that you last remember seeing Rhydon Kane before it cut out and then the next vision translation of the sigils picked up and it was you as the eldest dragging his body behind you, something catches your eye in the wall, like like the like wires or like tubes or like veins, if you will, of this wiring. Something catches your eye kind of like wedged in between two of them.
Is it close enough to where if I like kicked my little legs and didn't necessarily try to disengage away from Karina, like was able to like stretch Orkira's not Orkira, Karina, excuse me. Karina's reach to investigate it?
Karina, if you wanted to stay with Karina would have had to been moving with you down this corridor to this point.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. And with Karina moving along with you, yes, you can easily get to the edge of the wall and where the sinew just kind of overlaps in these cord-like veins, even stretching with membrane over them. You see something that looks out of place, where everything here is like slick and oily and almost has like that dark gunmetal sheen to it. There's something that looks of your world tucked away. Something that looks a little off-white and brown.
She's gonna look closer.
As you get closer and closer, you see what looks like possibly pages.
Sure, her feet kick a little bit like more like Karina, get me closer.
I have a reach of 15 feet, so
Yeah.
I'll let you go the whole length of that and then just keep scooting you forward for what you want.
Pages. What? Yeah.
Can't say the P word.
Facial like perks up like a small dog.
It suddenly missed.
And you reach out.
Yeah, I'll reach in and go for it, yeah.
Okay.
gonna
Sticking
jump
your hand through, it feels almost like sticking through flesh, but not. But you're able to dislodge this thing and slowly work its way through. It seems almost like there's nothing here, especially its location, that looked like this area collapsed on itself. This almost looks purposeful in the way that it was lodged here. It was
like it was hidden.
It was like it was hidden, and it was put in a place that wouldn't move. And as you pull it out, you see a leather-bound notebook, and on its cover there's an etch of what looks to be almost like an esoteric tree.
That's the book. I found the book.
Does that mean it's okay to cast spells?
I don't know.
I cast a light cantrip.
You cast a light cantrip. It gets bright.
Yeah. There's
Anything
a
negative
little
happen?
bit of murkiness, but not from like silt. Just almost like the water itself glows that ultraviolet purple from the light you cast. Not the light itself, but almost like particles in the water create.
Are reflecting.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing negative happened to me?
No.
Nothing negative.
Cool, I drop it. I think it's okay.
Cool. Awesome. Is the book bound in a sense where opening it would damage it?
Your passive arcane instantly
Yeah.
picks up that this is already a common magic item where it is a magical
Protected.
notebook that does not get destroyed by natural erosion.
It waterproof.
Dope. Okay, so I'm gonna I'm gonna open it and like look through it.
The first thing you open to is this is the journal and accounts of Rhydon Kane. And
Of the Order of the Cerulean Sign.
Right on.
This is it.
but as you thumb through it, there are things that you instantly recognize from things you've seen in other deciphers. You see markings that are kind of like deep speech. You see accounts and dates, but what you instantly realize is that nothing in here is written plainly. Everything is done in cipher. You see
Encrypted,
things.
okay.
You do recognize things from your passive arcane that there are spells in here as well.
Would I be able to try and decrypt it somehow?
It will take time.
Okay, fair enough.
It is completely possible, but just looking through it, it will take time.
Okay. She will over the telepathic bond, she'll say this is definitely what we're looking for. And both thankfully and unfortunately it looks like it's encrypted with a cipher of some sort. I think I can decode it. Not immediately. I'm gonna need some time to look over this.
Hey, if you want help, let me know.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
After that, I'm going to cast Locate Object.
Okay.
And the object I am looking for is right on Kane's body. And the spell specifies it can locate the nearest object of a particular kind. So if I'm just gonna be gross here. If right on Kane's body got like ripped apart, or if there's like a foot somewhere, I will ping that as well as like the rest of the body.
Okay.
It is within 1,000 feet of me, and it's concentration 10 minutes.
You get pulled in the same direction that you are already being pulled.
But you have confirmation of where that ends, and it is within 1,000 feet. And because you chose object and not person, you know that he is passed.
Oh, we knew it was passed from before. That's why I went for the object.
Yep,
Also,
well, this is confirmation.
yeah, this is confirmation. Also, if along the way we come across a body part, no matter how small it is, Orkira's gonna grab it.
Okay. And you're going forward, continuing forward?
Y'all are continuing forward? Everybody?
I think
Okay.
so.
Got it. You pass through a bunch of different areas. You see one location that looks like this great altar, and across the ceiling is this red gem orb, but it seems to have been broken and now is in place of something else with only 2 spheres, and there's a broken, shattered area where a third sphere should be. There is history of aboliths that you guys have learned, what the red might be, and what its... when you disgrace an altar, it's
Defiled?
defiled, anything like that. It definitely looks like that. There's also in this room areas where you are unsure if aboliths sleep. But there is a bunch of pods, and you see many decaying forms of what aboliths used to be, and they look to be not slashed or even taken over by magics, but there's this corruption that seemed to radiate through their body. And something esoteric used against them as almost a plague took over this area. You find other areas. You find this one room where there's almost looks like a tanner's warehouse, but the pools that sink into the ground are silvery. There's not flesh hanging or anything like that, but you just float over this ground area where there's like sinew and deep wells, and you can see these silver basins that kind of like ripple as you fly over. You find other areas that look to be prisons, cell guards for those that are trapped or could be trapped, too small to be that of to hold aboliths, more so to hold things that are humanoid or at least similar. But what's strange is you see decayed forms of things that are not from your world. And most of those that you do not recognize are the most, like, almost pure ash at this point. And you know that if you even rippled the water too hard, that they would probably just disintegrate into dust.
Good thing the water's thick.
Yep.
3 C's.
Mm-hmm. hard to ripple the 3 C's.
And you know that...
Yes, Paladin.
I love you, Paladin. Accept
I'm going to
it.
find you.
Accept your fate. It's
You
it's
know
beautiful.
where I am.
And you know that you're within 500 feet of your destination. And that humming, that raking of the mind is getting more intense. You can feel something's presence. And there's this light that emanates from these through the corridors of what looks to be a doorway, but this doorway is unnatural. It is almost like an organic, forgive the word, sphincter.
Sphincter!
Orifice.
Sorry.
An
I
orifice.
mean, it was gonna happen. It
Baldur's
was
Gate
bound
flashback,
to
sorry.
happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those doors opening.
But through that, in the pinhole center, there's this blinding light that is radiating through there. And you know just on the other side is where you need to be. What are you doing?
I'm going forward.
I cast Protection from Evil and Good on myself.
Okay.
Moving
And-
forward.
Guard the rear.
Moving forward with
Rear.
my favorite little Barbie dolls.
Moving.
I am actually free from your.
Oh no, I'm
tentacle-
talking about Harold and Petunia.
Oh,
Karina's
okay.
fighting the urge to make them kiss.
In fact, Seisha kind of catches Karina's eye and goes,
Slamming each other in the thick water.
You know, like Karina's holding them, but then has 2 other tentacles looking at Seisha going,
Yeah, we will continue in with Karina.
Okay.
I will also continue in between that and Seisha and Brunschlager. I know we're headed into this room that's going to have the thing that we're looking for, the shard, the orb of shards. But Orkira is focused on the locate object as long as it's in the same direction as everybody else. So I'd imagine if we enter this room that has the thing, but she's got locate object on her right, she's going to be looking to the right.
Okay.
Okay.
What are you guys doing to open the door?
Oh, it's not open.
Can I use Can I use my telekinesis?
Use.
You want to use telekinesis?
I have telekinetic. It lets me do stuff with like a mage.
Yeah. As
thing.
soon as you use a psionic ability, it opens.
And as it opens, there's this grand chamber, bigger than anything else. You can instantly tell that even though your mind cannot comprehend its use, this looks like a helm. And in the center of the room...
Yep. In fact, Brunschlager and Petunia, you've seen this chamber before. You've seen this room. You've seen the wall that you look over, that you can see the body of Rhydon Kane hooked up to various types of tubes and other mechanical strange devices. You've seen the massive cracked and fractured sphere in the center.
And everyone that holds a piece of that shard, it all begins to hum and radiate. And without you even trying, you hear them all cry out, "Connect us!
Yes!
Rejoin us! We must seal the gate."
I turned that off.
But there's also this echo, this reverberation from the sphere, and you hear the cries of not to be rejoined, but to be freed, as they do not have will or control, as they are being lorded over by something else. And that is when you look up and you see floating in the thick water, not an aboleth, but a serene being of pure calm and enlightenment.
Oh no!
Shit!
Upon the
This
forehead,
is so much worse.
there is the octagon with the eye that opens, and you can see it full black as it raises into the air a massive orb that is not gargantuan in size, but massive in size. It swirls with purple esoteric energy, and you can see it floating towards an empty space upon the wall, and you can see two other eyes that now look down upon you as the third begins to rejoin. And that
is where we're going to end tonight's session.
We're so fucked.
Real quick. Do I see Rhydon Kane's body?
Oh yeah.
You do. That is the
Okay,
body that's hooked up to the tubes.
I wasn't sure if you were redescribing their vision or not. Okay.
Yes and no.
Yeah, yes and yes.
Yes and yes. All right, so thank you all for joining us. We will be back next week with this epic showdown between Zyfu,
well, yeah,
the eldest, and Alpenser, the corrupted god of psionics.
Yeah. It's good times. Great oldies, Fox 97.
I went to the Beach Boys thanks to them. Hashtag aging myself.
It'll be fine. That's what I'm looking to see if anything got.
Okay, so that was a twist.
Okay.
What a twist!
What a twist.
What a twist.
I mean, we knew it was gonna be bad, so.
No, I just didn't expect corrupted God in the room while we're dealing with the eldest bad.
It's not. It's
Like
worse.
that.
It's so much worse.
And who knows? Maybe our PCs from the one shot are somewhere in the room too.
We'll find out.
Why not?
But anyways, we're not doing. We're not pulling winners this week.
Yep, nope. Still remote. Still have no idea what I'm doing. So
yeah, we may pull more.
Yeah, it'll be
when we
fine.
come back.
Ian will save us when we get back to studio.
If y'all want me to run contests, I can.
No, it's fine. Ian will save us.
We got it.
Save us, Ian.
Save us, Ian.
Be excellent to each other.
May you always roll with advantage. Good night, everybody.
Hey, go buy those new dice.
Oh yeah, go buy.
Go buy the dice. Look, I have them. Look, there, it's right here. Here it is. There it is, right here.
And it splits.
And it splits. It splits. There it is.
It's so pretty.
Yep. Tears and fears. I'm the 20 because I'm better. Okay, bye.